shit.
By the way, this episode is brought to you by Diet Henny.
Reese and we are recognized real. Let's get it.
We're a man short today.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Well, yeah. Aliyah absent again, you know.
Welcome to the Niggas Podcast.
The fucking man show, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got a special guest in the fucking building, in the flesh, the one and only.
You already know. Let them know, R.I.P. Tell them
R.I.P,
who you is,
yeah,
bro.
man. He talking about the one and only. He making me feel special.
The one and only.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Nigga, he really is you RB number one, nigga. What you talking about? Like, ew, like the one and only. You know what I'm saying?
That's all.
You know what I'm saying? Tell you know, let them know where you coming from.
On the gram, y'all can hit me, you know, RB__35.
He get into the aunties too. You know what I mean?
I love older women.
Yeah.
He love the aunties too.
The podcast, Let's Keep It 100 podcast.
Keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. And that's what we're going to do today and shit. Keep this shit 100. Like,
for sure.
Keep this shit a beanie bop.
I'm always trying, like, with the aunt situation.
You already know, bro. I got promoted at all times.
How old is the aunts, though?
See, the aunties is, you know,
Bitches be aunties at fucking
30,
they be aunties at 26,
40.
bro. Like,
You talking about like the new Spider-Man aunt?
I'm talking
like the new Aunt May.
Like the new Aunt May. You know what I
Aunt
mean?
May, right?
Aunt May young as shit. Yeah, she fucking like
nice.
she young as shit and fucking like
Iron Man definitely.
yo, like y'all niggas wildin', but
these nieces be playing.
yo, how was your week though, man?
My week was cool like winter first.
Listen, man, ain't nobody call my phone talking about we need to talk, so my week been amazing, man.
You ain't getting none of them scared.
Talking to the mic though. Bring it closer though.
Yeah.
But no, what did I do this week? I mean, you know, I recovered from fucking COVID and shit. Like,
Man, you
you know
had
what I
the
mean?
bed?
That shit caught me off.
Why y'all put me in the middle?
Like it's too late, nigga. First of all, I was with you the day
We supposed to have a glass.
Nigga, I was with you the day after I found out I had COVID. Like, I'm like,
Both
what the
y'all
fuck?
niggas
Like,
probably had. I had
yeah,
that
like,
shit too, though.
dog, this shit.
I probably had that shit when it first started. I ain't even gonna hold
For me, it was the symptoms for me was more like the flu and shit. I mean, like I had a headache, fever, all that, none of that shit. I was stuck in my room and shit. Like, yeah, no, I actually could still taste food and smell shit. Like, that part ain't happened to me and shit. Like, that shit would have been ass. Like, 'cause I had brought all this shit. Like,
the only thing I could taste was peanut butter.
damn, that shit. Yeah, that shit would have been ass.
I
Bro.
still was drinking though.
Yeah, I had bought all this shit and was in my room with snacks and all this shit. That shit, like I was in the room so long, like laying down, my fucking neck started hurting from laying down. Like I'm like, dog,
that's when you know if you able to be a bum or not though. Because you know a bum motherfucker would enjoy that.
You been cool, right?
Me, after
cool,
2 days,
like,
I thought that I would enjoy them 2 weeks off of work and all that because I got paid for being out.
Right.
But after 2 days, I'm like, man, I gotta get the fuck out the house. I gotta do something. I gotta do something productive with my day, or I feel like just a bum.
Yeah.
But bum people love that shit.
Yeah, I couldn't, like, that shit was drawn. Like, I just was in the crib, like this shit look like jail. Like, nigga, I'm not trying to do this shit. That shit let me know right there. I'm not trying to do no time. Like, fuck that. Like, even though I had, like, the TV, had the game and all that shit, it just was like, no. Like, after the third day, it was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I'm trying to be
3 days.
Yeah, that shit definitely.
The worst part was I couldn't get no yams.
Yeah.
I know niggas that still was humping with.
I was tempted. I tempted that shit. I was
tempted. It can't be translated through sex.
I was tempted. Like, look, man.
Still humping with the Rona.
You know how females be when they on their period and they be like, man, it's like the fifth day. It's like the fifth day, so it's about to really go off. I'm talking about that. Like,
so would you do it though?
No, like. Listen, would I do it? I almost was like if I'm the one with the Rona, if I'm the one with the Rona, of course I'm gonna risk it shit. Like, yeah, like,
all right, now, ladies, that man he had sex with y'all if he got chlamydia. That's what he said. He ain't gonna get the pills and shit. The doctor tell the nigga wait 3 days. He'll still fuck you after the first day.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this: if that shit would have went on for another week, I definitely would have been out here. Like, I definitely would have been out here. Like that 2 week shit was like, all right, this shit cool. Like, and that's only because I was already on a nice little drought right before that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, oh nah, like I definitely need this shit, get this shit off. Like, nah, like, but that shit, yeah. Like, if I was on the other side of that, and the shorty, like, you know, we had an appointment set up and shit. I'm about to go slay. She's like, yo, I just got my
my favorite pussy. I was probably just still hit.
You in there? But I mean, what if it's new pussy? You don't know, like.
Bro, I'm weak for new yams, man.
That shit, all niggas is like.
That shit, bro. Like when girls gotta understand, when you catch us with a bitch that's not up to what you might think that I should be with. But it's brand new, like it's still new.
Ain't nothing.
It might not be name brand, but it's still new. It's brand new. I wanna wear it.
You know what they say? They say only one thing better than pussy, and that's new pussy. That's it. Like that is it. Like, but I don't know, man. That shit. Yeah, that COVID shit, it's still out here, y'all. So y'all gotta be safe out this joint, man. Like I really was on some. I mean, I thought I was cool. Like I was, you know, I stay strapped. You know what I mean, like got the mask on, all that. I thought it was cool and shit. That shit caught me slipping. Like I think it's when I went to the bowling alley shit for my folks, and it was like, definitely the Rona was definitely in that joint. So yeah, it's like it's crazy because that was like Sunday. I ain't show no symptoms until Friday night. Like that shit was a whole Friday later. And then when I told them, it's like, yeah, that's usually how long it takes and shit. I'm like, damn, like I could have fucking had this shit and passed it off within that 5 fucking days, like without knowing and shit. Like, but you know, but yeah, I made it through. You know what I'm saying? Everything, it's all love. You know what I mean? Back out here.
Cough, I'm out.
Oh shit! Like I've been cooling on the coughs though. Like I've been cool. Like I said, I only really was getting like headaches and shit like that. Like that shit was putting me down for real. But you know, it is what it is. But y'all want to get into these topics today though?
Let's get it.
First and foremost, R.I.P, let's talk about you. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the first time we got to talk. We got to first of all just me and Bang and shit. Usually Aliyah be in this whole damn, but this is the first time we got like another podcaster that's actually a male. And you know what I'm saying? And you know, and you do your show by yourself. So first and foremost, what made you even get into podcasting? Like,
listen, bro.
Like to talk shit.
Not really. Look, I started linking up with Tasha Mack. Y'all know Tasha Mack?
Yeah, we know Tasha.
So
Shout
she got
Tasha.
me out my comfort zone. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was like in a dark place. I was kind of like depressed and shit. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's like. I'm like, all I did was watch podcasts.
Yeah, real shit.
She like, why don't you just do your own podcast? I'm like, no, that ain't really that. I ain't really trying to do that because I'm trying to be cool, too cool for school. She got me out my comfort zone. We started doing the shit. Boom. I fell in love with it. So I'm like, damn, this shit, it was just therapy for me, bro. And to this day, that's just what it is I don't go on there trying to get a bunch of views. If it go, it go. I just go there to get shit off my chest, pop my shit, and it's just exercise for me. It's therapeutic, bro. I love doing that shit. Yeah.
Shit definitely therapeutic. I tell my folks shit all the time.
Me
like,
too.
It's
you
a
think
great
about starting
hobby.
your podcast, I always tell people do it. Like I don't give a fuck what you think it's gonna be about. I don't give a fuck if somebody else doing the same thing you doing or the same type of whatever subject that you want to do that shit, yo. Yeah. Like that shit is like it's. You know what I mean? Like even if you like you said, like even if you don't do it for the views or whatever, like sometimes just being able to talk about topics that you can't just talk to.
Usually you can't. You
can't have random conversations with, like, you know what I mean. That should be that's just therapeutic in itself. Like
it should definitely therapeutic.
I love that. So many people come up to you, damn bro, that's crazy. I be wanting to talk about that shit all the time. Y'all really touched on
right.
You really on some shit. You really don't care. But yeah, I mean, and then sometimes speaking your mind, that shit is good, but it can get you in trouble.
Fuck all the fucking time. Listen, Aliyah ain't here, so let's talk about that. For instance, like, you know how many hoes I lost from fucking talking shit on the podcast? Like,
definitely gonna lose someone. You know what I do now? Like when I meet new girls. You got an Instagram?
Nope.
Not even.
Podcast? Nope.
Bro, you know how I pop my shit. I can't I remember one time I put something up.
Not even like,
yo, this nigga talking about, nigga, you got a girl? I'm like, no, when they with me that day, they my girl. Shit like that, you feel me? But, bro, if a girl follow me and she just getting to know me, she gonna be like, oh, no, I ain't fucking with him. He for everybody or shit like that.
Yeah. Listen, that when I went on that blind date, bro, I swear to God, like any situation I had that was even like a pending joint, that shit was out the window. I'm like, damn, I kept trying to do that. I told everybody that shit was like, nah.
I hit him with the, oh, so you don't want to support me?
Yeah, that shit. Listen, that ain't. This shit ain't work. That shit ain't work.
Every time I bring up polygamy,
like,
I get a conversation.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean? It's
right.
always,
so how many other bitches you?
The worst part about this shit is the shorties that say they don't listen to your podcast, they don't watch or listen.
They always listen, bro.
Oh my God.
How you come to me with some bullshit? Oh yeah, my friend said like, no, your friend ain't fucking.
Friend did not listen. You 29 minutes in.
Right.
I can see if it's the first 5 minutes.
Come
Man,
on.
you 28 minutes.
You know what I'm talking? I be getting that shit situation like, yo, like, yeah, oh yeah, my friend said you was on there talking about like what? Like, bro, I was on a podcast one day on this joint and I talked about when I left the podcast to get something to eat. I wanted to go get something to eat. Matter of fact, Bella. It was me and Bella. I'm like, yeah, we left the podcast one day. She was like, yo, she wanted to get a cheesesteak from Mexico. I'm like, yo, I want to get a cheesesteak too. Bam, let's go. That situation turned into a situation because I came here and said, because I was talking about that because I think motherfuckers was robbing a store or some shit.
Like, that's my coworker.
So I came here to talk about that, but they heard that little part of it and then that became the situation. I'm like, what?
Do you think women got the right to feel insecure about shit like that? Because Bella is an attractive woman.
No, fuck no. Because my thing is this, like, if my thing is this though, if that shit was like me and Bella was like, or me and any shorty, we out here, we going on like fucking, I don't know, we going to the strip club, we going out to the bar. Right. That might be a little different, you know what I mean? If we doing that shit consistently. But if that's what I'm doing at that moment, like, yo, like, fuck am I supposed to starve? Like,
but there's women that feel some type of way about you buying lunch for your favorite female friend at work, like, you know what I mean?
See, that's,
like, so that's kind of the same thing,
that's
right?
a little different though. I don't know. That's a little different. That's like, a little different. That's a little different because
I do think
it's a little different because
work is different. Like, he's not around her all the time.
Right, exactly.
I mean,
Your work shit.
Chicks every day.
You podcasting, you know what I mean? It's a.
Well, it could be.
I guess, but in that sense, it's not. The crazy part with that situation itself, all you gotta do is watch the podcast and see how me and Bella interact when we do interact. Exactly. From that alone, you would understand like, oh yeah, that shit ain't.
Or if you were just around y'all, you would know.
Like you.
But see, that's the point I'm trying to make because that's the point I'm trying to make. See, when you're in a monogamous relationship or when you're dealing with women who looking for monogamy, they don't want you to have no type of relationship with another woman. Yeah. That's just what it is.
That's the reality of it.
Would y'all want them to have a relationship?
I mean,
I wouldn't.
I'm not insecure though. Like I feel like this. I'm not.
And so all right, so if your shorty, she going to work every day,
right?
And you like, hun, here goes some bread, to get some lunch. She like, hold up, no, my friend gonna buy me lunch.
No, Dante gonna buy it.
No, she not gonna tell me that.
She gonna tell you the name of the nigga, like, yo, like.
I could have seen she brought the money back, like, man, I didn't even have to spend this joint. Dante put the lunch. Oh, we finessed Dante today.
Yo, like,
you know what I mean? Put that back into the
Dante every day.
You're not gonna tell me before you leave the crib, like, no, I'm good. Bitch, you get fucking smacked in the back of your neck.
Hey, I gotta really know you ain't. See, if I cuff you, I know you ain't really on that type time. You feel me? Because some chicks just super Joe, but some chicks will finesse a nigga. Oh man, this nigga Raheem, he want to buy me lunch so bad. Get that shit, fuck it.
Right.
Yeah.
Give me some of it.
You know what I mean?
Some shit. I've been a boy that been like, I've been at work watching niggas buy food for chicks, and I'm like, yo, make sure you give me a sandwich too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been that boy. I'm gonna keep it being. I've been that boy, but like.
But if it's personal though,
but me being on the other side of that, like me being a nigga, I don't work there and I'm at home, and you like, oh yeah, I ate real good today. Like damn, like you like how much?
You gonna be pacing
like I thought you had no bread. You don't get paid till Friday. I thought you had no bread. Like oh no, Charles he had bought everybody lunch.
Everybody
on me with a nigga named Charles.
That nigga named
I'd rather Raheem get you.
No, Rashid or some shit. Charles?
Charles sound like a tricking ass nigga. First of all, like that's definitely some Charles shit. Like Charles sound like he paying for bills. Like look, like what you need? Oh, I got it. Like
it just gotta be that understanding. Like you gotta know what the friend there to do. Like, you gotta get introduced to this person.
First of all, any nigga that's I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. The way I look at any situation, any dude. As if what would I be doing in that situation? Right. If I'm buying a chick food, most likely I'm trying to cook. Yeah, right. So to hear that, it's like, yeah, nah, that's
it's
really
just
weird. Like,
I do too,
I do too, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm not buying them food every day. Like, bitch, you go get what's the name to go get. You know what I'm
another
saying?
thing,
Like that's a
right.
different
Go back and
situation.
forth.
Like,
I got you tomorrow. You got me today. All right,
yeah, that's different.
You know what
But
I mean?
I'm just buying. I'm buying lunch every fucking day we at work. Yeah, that's goofy. It look goofy for me.
If he
on
buy
my
you
point,
lunch
like,
4 times, that's a date.
yeah, like what you talking
That
about?
equals a
Like,
date.
Like
and
a lot of chicks be like, man, you fucked that girl like my homie custom made. Everybody like,
I thought you fucked her. I thought you fucked her.
I'm like, I know her, so it's like.
we dropping names on this podcast today, huh? Like, we
That's
just,
my man. Shout out to Custom Made. That's
Yeah,
my
like,
man, 100 grand.
Right.
I'm about to start her OnlyFans and all that. So
oh shit,
You gonna manage
y'all
You deep in.
I do management too for the OnlyFans.
I'm a manager. So
I actually do
This how
management
we gonna
and
do
production.
it.
Like,
We gonna put y'all in her close friends. Y'all gonna get a little snippet of some shit. You feel me? And if you interested,
you want to
hit
pay the
that
tab? Yeah, pay the
right.
tab. It is
That's how
what it
we
is.
carry.
Like, I fucks with it, but yeah, nah, I just to end that whole topic. It's like, I guess it depends on the whole situation, because you might come into a situation and then find out like, oh no, this, like I said, oh, this the manager Charles, he buy me food every. This already a situation, you know what I'm saying? And a nigga coming into something, you can't be like, oh no, you want some drunk? Like, no, like I ain't been here. Like, yeah, let that nigga buy you. I'm not about to buy you food every day, so let that nigga buy you food every day, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think the situation definitely varies. But like I said, any situation when it comes to a man, I don't give a fuck. I don't gotta know him. I'm automatically gonna put myself like, what would I be doing in that situation? Like,
But see, I
no matter
wouldn't
what
mess
it
with
is,
me. Like I couldn't mess with a woman that thinks like me. That's why I think
Right.
the way I think, and I am.
But not her. I'm just saying like the
I mean,
nigga in that situation, the other nigga in that situation. Like, what are you doing? Like, cause I'm always gonna put myself in it. Like,
always gonna have.
But you
a
asked
chance.
me, you said,
like-
what if the shoe was on the other foot? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I wouldn't. I'm even though I'm not insecure like that, but I probably that can't be nothing consistent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't be dealing with nobody that
Right.
dependent on that. Period.
Yeah.
Like, even the whole buying lunch thing. Like, why? if I'm cuffing you, you don't need to. You don't need to
first
get
of all, you
lunch
my
from
bitch,
nobody.
you're
Like,
not
you
getting
know,
lunch from no
Nizzy,
nigga, bitch.
that-
You never
if
hungry.
you're a
You
personal
with me.
pan, Nizzy,
Yeah.
that's
I don't buy lunch for my girl. I'm just saying right now, like, it's like,
That's
look,
why Raheem buying her lunch, nigga. You
she probably is.
slacking.
Like,
She
yeah,
slacking.
like,
bro.
and it ain't gonna change shit. Like, listen,
Nah, work
she
bro.
with him
Is
every
she a
day.
saver? Does she like to
like,
save her money?
do she like save her money? Yeah, I don't.
Oh, bitch.
If she
I
like to
don't
save her
know.
money, bro, she got to work
I don't
back.
know. She don't eat lunch at work though, so I already.
Now
I mean,
she-
she called me at lunchtime.
Now she just
She called me at lunch. I'm just
Now
saying.
she just
I'm just
starved
saying.
now.
She called me at
I
lunch.
bet you
So
she eat breakfast, though.
she called me at lunch. Yeah, she right. No, but
She making
like,
cheese on potatoes.
but no, on some shit
Jelly.
like, to any nigga that's listening and watching it, right? Any nigga that's listening or watching it, just know like you can't compete with the nigga that work at your job at her job. I'm just
She probably gonna see your bitch more than
only
you
thing
do.
you can do is not let it be an opening. That's it.
Don't
like
let
you
it be
can't
a bag
compete.
chaser.
Like,
He
don't
gonna
let it
see
be.
your bitch more
That's
than
it.
you
Like,
do.
first of all, you listen. This one thing you got right. I'm gonna tell you like this. First of all, you know where he work at, so you know you kind of know like his what he can afford.
You know
Kind of
his bag
You
at.
kind of know like all right. So
know
the
his
nigga
bag
work.
at a little
All
bit.
right, yeah. So I know unless he do some other shit on the side, you know kind of know. Then you know his schedule, the type of shit he really could get into
Right.
because he working the same hours as your
Shit,
shorty.
she do.
So you got a lot of information on the nigga anyway. So you kind of know what you're competing with. However, you're like every nigga know that consistency is key when it comes to messing with any chick. I don't give a fuck.
Persistence is key
I
as
don't give
well.
right. I don't give a fuck who it is. Right. Persistence and consistency is key. So if the nigga that see her every fucking day, he right there in that pocket. He could every day just good morning every fucking day. Good morning. He ain't gotta say shit else. Good morning every day. That good morning is breaking your girl down like every day. The time you don't say good morning to her, guess who's saying good morning to her? That nigga, you know what I'm saying? So, like, listen, you just got your job is you can't compete with that nigga because, like I said, he see her every day. Your only job is to make sure you don't let no openings happen. Like you can't let him get in there. That's the only thing you can do. That's the only thing you can do.
Like you can't compete with him. You can, nigga, because you see her every day
No,
too.
yeah,
Like,
no.
You
It
just gotta
ain't the same.
do
No,
your
it ain't the
job.
same, bro.
Do your
It
job.
ain't the same, bro.
I worked at the airport. It's been times where it's been months where I seen niggas girls more than they seen their girls.
It ain't
like,
the same.
especially if you bag chase, you doing 2 shifts a day.
If y'all don't live together, that shit.
If y'all live together,
Y'all don't live together,
even late, gotta be right back in the morning
y'all
time.
don't live together,
we
yeah,
doing
yeah,
doubles
you
and
right,
shit.
you
Like
right.
it's possible.
But you gotta know your lady too. So like it's just
Sure.
like like.
That's why I'm cool. Man.
If you my lady, I'm not competing with
I ain't putting
nobody.
a title
Yeah.
or nothing right now.
I wouldn't even get into that shit. The niggas like ain't no point. Like ain't no point. Like It is what it is, yeah. But we all worked at jobs. The three of us worked at jobs where that's like a thing. Any job that you work at where it's a community, meaning like the public don't have access to that
right.
community. Like, you know what I'm saying? So my whole entire life I worked at those type of jobs. Any type of job that got like a union and shit, and y'all got tremendous a lot of hours. Like y'all really see these things every day. Y'all see
got work best friends.
Every listen, some of my best friends today is from motherfuckers that I met at work. Like I met these niggas at work.
I can't even front.
So it's just
really around no more than your family, bro.
Yo, real shit.
This nigga work.
Exactly, like
met at work.
Oh, y'all got
met at work. Like that shit just how it's just how it go. You know what I'm saying? So it's just how it how this shit go and whatever. So like. You be at work more than you at home, honestly. The most of us is like that. You really at work more than you at home and shit. Like if you doing 48 hours, you know what I mean, at your job and shit a week, you doing 48 hours. The time that you at home, you really you sleeping for 6 hours and shit.
Unhappy at home. They can't wait to get to work.
I was like that. Listen, I swear to God, one of my last old relationships, I was like that. Listen, I used to go, like, I would rather be at work than be at home because me and her, we had 3 days at the max. On the 4th day, we beefing. No matter what the fuck it is, we beefing. So it was like, yo, on that 4th day, I gotta go to work. Like, I'd rather be at work because I know my time I'm gonna be big, I'm gonna be chilling, we gonna be cool.
Life too short to go home
like,
and be mad.
That shit be drawn, right. But
like,
that's
bro,
just,
your home is
that's how it's supposed to be. But
you ain't with her no more, right?
No, they ain't the situation no more. But I'm glad, I went through that situation to learn this shit. Like, this shit, this
I'm not accepting
not how it's supposed to be. Like, yeah. But that's that is what it is, though. You know what I mean? But like, niggas don't try to compete with your girl work husband. Just let her have that work husband.
If
man.
your girl got a work husband, you already lost, bro.
Yeah, it ain't nothing you can do. Like, just
get as much coochie out of it as you can.
He probably already hit anyway, so it don't even matter. Like, it don't even matter. So it just it is what it is. My girl actually work with all females though, but. I mean, but they ain't
them too. 2021, bro.
Maybe.
2021.
Maybe. I don't know.
They clever, bro.
I don't know. Like, yeah.
They clever. They be
but
bumping.
yeah, like. But I don't know. But let's move on though.
What we got?
So.
Let's get it.
DMX, man.
Okay.
DMX.
Okay.
Rest in peace to a legend.
Sure.
That's why we drinking.
Yeah, let's drink to that. Let's definitely drink to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's definitely, yeah. Rest in peace to a legend, of course. He was untimely death, They ain't really put out all the information. They say they had a heart attack, right?
Yeah. And it's been different stories too.
Let's talk about that because
and then they said it's COVID. They said it wasn't no drugs involved. They said
the internet is ridiculous, bro.
Vaccine.
First and foremost, they reported this nigga death yesterday. You know what I'm saying? His family just reported it this morning, but they reported his death yesterday and shit. And, posts went up and everything, and I seen it. I'm like, damn, DMX died. So, naturally, because I seen it on Twitter. Now, I've been on Twitter since 2012 or whatever, when this shit was gutted. The Twitter used to kill niggas that ain't even like, they don't even got a code. Like, they would kill a nigga off just cuz. Like, so I'm like, all right, let me go look, research. I'm following his page. I'm Googling this shit. Nothing coming up about his death, whatever. So I'm like, all right. I probably text my homie because I know I text my cousin because I know he a big ass DMX fan. So I text him like, yo, dog, they saying DMX died, whatever. You know what I'm saying? A couple hours go past, and then his lawyer come out and say like, yo, no, DMX didn't pass. Like, he did not pass. He's still alive and shit. So I'm like, oh, so motherfucker, some weirdo ass nigga decide to tweet that DMX passed away and shit, and then everybody, they saw it and they went on to
really
it. Like,
posting that shit.
right, and blog, right, like TMZ, a bunch of shit. Like,
his friend posted.
Lil posted that shit too.
Yeah, so what I think happened was they decided yesterday that they were going to pull the plug, but they just ain't do it until today. Like, you know what I mean? The actual time.
And niggas found out about it.
Some real shit. 9 times out of 10, once they said he was on life support,
I mean, we kind of.
They said he was a vegetable. Once you say you're a vegetable,
they say his brain dead. Yeah.
It's like Slim to None as you coming back from that.
Over,
yeah, but now,
like
this is what pissed me off about that situation, because now I feel like motherfuckers was waiting for them to report that he died so that they could post shit like.
Right.
And me, I end up I say, you know, I'm not even gonna post nothing because I feel like I'm doing the same thing other motherfuckers was doing. Like I was waiting to post this nigga death. Like, oh damn, like yeah, like this shit is goofy, yo. It's really fucking it's weird and it's fucking goofy. Like all the different motherfuckers saying like, oh yeah, he had a drug overdose, or like motherfucker, like why, like just imagine somebody
giving false information about your death.
And you read it, it's like, damn, like, I died? Like, the fuck? Like,
well, you won't be reading it, but...
Yeah, you know, like, I mean, in his situation,
we don't know what happened when we get up there, but you know, if you looking down, like, damn, this like, person, what the fuck? You say
right, right. Or imagine somebody close to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, your cousin or whatever, whoever, you looking on the internet, and you're like, damn, Rashid died? Fuck, like, that's shit crazy. I'm texting my family, like, damn, I ain't even, like, what? They don't know what fucking happened. This is the first time you seeing this shit because motherfuckers on the internet seeing this shit. Like, it's like, that shit nutty. Like, that shit crazy. Like, I just feel like, you know, I think we like, as a whole, like, motherfuckers is desensitized to shit like that. Like I said, when the news came that he was hospitalized, the first thing motherfuckers started doing is posting shit, like, you know what I'm saying, posting shit, like, not even getting the whole story, like I said, like, we really thought it was a drug overdose. I thought that shit. I did too. It sounded right. Like,
on the internet.
Yeah, it sounded right.
But knowing him, you like, oh damn. That's
yeah,
bro. I just know you just gotta do your due diligence. Like, death is, I mean, that shit.
It's intimate. Yeah. It's inevitable. I'm sorry.
But it's like it's touchy, man. Like, he got people that care about him, bro.
Right.
You know, so you just can't be just throwing anything out there. That's why I never posted nothing. I love DMX.
Right.
I ain't just gonna throw that shit out there. We don't know what the fuck happened to the nigga. I just saw him on, and I felt bad because I just was big and I saw him on Nori podcast.
Right.
I'm recording on the TV while I'm like, X lit right now. You feel me? Like, I just did the same thing with Lamar Odom.
This episode is brought to you by Peirce Natural. It's a family brand committed to provide natural hair and beard care products you can trust. Their lightweight, versatile formulas are for all hairstyles and all hair types. Peirce Natural have products for the entire family, and they truly believe it's not just hair. Visit their website at www.peirceitsnaturalllc.com and use our promo code UnRPod, that's UnRPOD, for your first 20% off. And you can also follow them on Instagram at PSIsNatural_LLC. Let's get it. Let's talk about this real quick though. Like, this product is definitely good. Like, as you can see, I keep telling y'all my beard is flourishing. You know what I'm saying?
I just had to re-up.
Products. I use it for my daughter here. Like, it's definitely, they got some shit. Like, and we just got our little care packages, as y'all can see. It's the
re-up.
Yeah, the perfect blend or hair oil for these dread heads over here. I mean. Yeah, my fault. These the locks. It's for the locks. Y'all not the locks though, but all right, like, but yeah, definitely cop up. Yeah, but DMX, like, he really like a legend and shit. And a lot of art, like I said, we talked about this on the show a lot. Like, motherfuckers don't get their roses, they don't get their flowers while they still alive. Like, you know, the smell of this shit. Like, DMX really had shit on he had shit on lock for a minute, like from like 98 to like fucking like 2001, like, he had shit on smash. That whole Rough Rider run, like, they had shit.
They had a legit run.
They had that shit on smash. Off of DMX Back Alone, like his Back Alone, like, mind you, like,
they had Eve too, right?
Yeah, they had Eve. They had Swizzy. They had
they had the locks.
Yeah,
they had a whole nice little run, and it was all off of DMX fame, like his fame alone. First of all, he dropped 2 albums like I think within 9 months apart. Like, he dropped 2 albums in 1998. Like, a lot of motherfuckers don't even know that shit. Like, he dropped 2 albums. Like, it's Dark and Hell Is Hot, and then Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Those 2 albums came out within, I think it's like 9 months apart from each other. Like DMX had shit on. He had shit on lock. Like, he definitely had shit on lock. And then, like, DMX popularized us saying dog. Like, niggas say this in today, we still say fucking dog. Like, no matter, you probably say it so fluently, you don't even realize how much you say this shit. Like, he popularized that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like DMX definitely. And then, you know, a lot of rappers, they make that crossover and they start doing like, you know, TV and all that shit. How do y'all feel about DMX acting ability?
Man, he was the shit. I was a kid, but
No,
listen, I didn't realize it because this is what, like 06 type shit, 03.
Romeo Must Die.
I didn't.
That's
listen,
like 01.
Fuck Romeo Must Die. We ain't gonna do that. Cradle to
Cradle
the grave, nigga. Motherfuckers bringing them bikes out.
He was
bro.
No, Belly 2 though.
Belly and Cradle to the grave.
All right, come on. We ain't gonna say Belly.
Exit Wounds, see out there, Steven Seagal, fat ass. Steven Seagal was fat as shit at Exit Wounds.
Steven Seagal is horrible actor though. I ain't gonna hold you.
That nigga is fucking
I hate Steven Seagal, bro.
Like,
I hate Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal, he come through with his stomach out with the ponytail.
Karate move.
that nigga he fucking Gino chopped the nigga that had a gun. Like, oh, like what?
With a bear belly, bro. He knew people, bro.
That nigga the man ponytail, bro.
Man, my pop said if you keep watching that shit, you try to do any of that shit out here.
By the way, this nigga hate Belly.
Fuck yeah, to this day. Look, rest in peace, DMX. Belly don't have a plot, bro. Tell me what's Belly about? Tell me right now. Tell me the plot to the movie.
I just didn't like the end.
Tell me what the movie about. You can't. It ain't.
Listen, bro.
It ain't no plot.
That's not
bro.
one of the
plot,
Belly.
bro.
Not a movie that I watch every day, so I don't.
You don't gotta watch it, bro.
You.
It's not a fucking plot, bro. I can tell you about any movie I see one time. I can tell you what the plot is.
Bro,
Belly is not one of them, bro.
They probably just put the
Hype
shit.
Williams.
Bro, it ain't no fucking. It's a long ass music video. That's it. That's all it is, bro.
It don't matter, bro. That shit was hot, nigga. Nas get banged on it at the barbershop, and his fucking barber start throwing that shit. Then take the burner from him and touch the burner. That's classic hood shit, nigga.
Stop playing, bro.
Then Nas went to Africa on them niggas.
We gotta move to Africa, T. We move to Africa,
They ain't even show Africa. They show New York at the end of the movie talking about he went to Africa.
It don't matter.
They show a video of New York like, yo, yeah, we're in Africa now. Like, what, nigga?
But was it like a great hood
It's a hood
joke?
classic because niggas seen it because everybody can relate to it.
It was shot
It's
great
motherfuckers
too,
in there like, that shit dumb as hell, bro. It don't make no sense. Like, that shit like 4 different movies in one, bro. Like, it's telling 4 different stories. Like, that shit is...
They made that song unpopular, the intro song.
How do you want... how do you need it? How do you want it?
Crazy, bro.
Nah, that shit
bro.
I mean, rest in peace to DMX.
Listen, bro.
Nigga.
When I saw him busting Keisha ass like that, bro.
Come on, bro.
I said,
I don't know no damn Kiana.
I don't know no fucking Kiana.
Stop playing. He came out, no homo, he came out the shower and said, listen, I'm giving bitches straight slam. From the rip, bitch, I don't know this Kiana. We just want to take the doozy right now. Stop playing. That's what this shit is.
On some real shit, Tommy Buns and Jody taught me how to fuck.
Tommy Buns and Joe.
I'm scared to tell people who taught me how to fuck.
Yo, Wesley Pipes.
No, nigga.
Whoa,
Nigga,
what?
he had that song, I want to go up and down. The first time I fucked, but that's all I remember.
Hit it hard from the back. Yeah, all right, I need to talk about. All right. Okay, all right.
The first time I
I'm
fucked,
glad you
that's all I
saved
had in my
it.
head.
I'm glad I thought you were going to say the tape. I thought you were going to say the tape.
No. Listen though. The tape was okay for us because we was kids.
Yo, it wasn't.
We could watch the tape.
You can watch
The
it.
severity of it.
Yeah, we could watch the tape and learn some shit.
Yo,
You know?
first of all, I think we took a vow that we never gonna say R. Kelly name on this podcast again and shit. Like that nigga
Fucking legend.
he came back up
He the
again.
legend,
Like,
though, bro.
oh man,
People don't give us flowers.
I ain't giving
Man, I
them
still
flowers.
listen to that nigga.
I ain't gonna hold
I ain't
you,
giving
bro.
nigga flowers.
I play R. Kelly on my way to skate.
I listen to R. Kelly, bro.
Yo.
Happy people, nigga. I gotta wake up to happy
on,
people,
Nah,
bro.
I don't.
Wake up to
That shit get my day going. Happy people.
Yeah, it's so many other shit you gonna wake up to. Like, I'm good, man.
You gotta separate the artist from the art.
From the art, it's hard. It's tough to do
It's
that
hard,
shit.
but you can though.
It's tough to do that shit. All right, so
I had to bite that bullet, bro.
So let's let that.
Some of my favorite artists are bad in the public eye, like Bill Cosby. I love the Cosby Show,
his
bro. I love
situation
Different World.
R. Kelly is different because if I stream his music, he still get paid for the shit. You feel me?
I don't think he do though.
No, he do.
Like,
He still get paid for
He
the
own
shit.
a lot of
Like
that shit.
he still get paid for the shit. So my whole thing is, damn, like if you, that's what's empower him in a sense, like his money.
He ain't got
But
more
still-
money though.
But bro, before we knew what we knew, R. Kelly did so much for the culture,
to this day,
music-wise.
To this
you
day.
know what I mean, bro? If it wasn't, if R. Kelly wasn't in the trouble, bro, people couldn't like. Everybody knew he'd go to R&B.
Yeah.
No question.
No doubt.
Fuck with him, bro.
He'd go to R&B.
He went through like 3 decades. No cap, bro.
That nigga wrote for Michael Jackson, bro.
He did the 90s.
Come on, bro.
But
the 2000s and the 2010s.
I ain't about to make this about R. Kelly, but yeah, I agree with y'all saying. It's just like me personally. It's like I can't further support it now. Like, don't erase what he's done. You feel what I'm saying? It don't erase what he's done. It's just saying like I can't
Listen to me, bro.
He a talented pervert at this end of the day. Yeah. That's how it is.
Right. Just like Jay-Z is a talented drug dealer.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean? Like everybody got their vices. Everybody got. I'm gonna say vices. That's wrong word.
Right.
But everybody got their.
They pick and choose. Niggas pick and choose and shit.
You know what I mean?
I just try not to judge nobody because I don't know what the fuck can happen to me or any of my situations. Like
your situation ain't turning to that.
The situation that you wish it wasn't in.
But your situation ain't turning to that. Not what he was.
I mean, I didn't go through what he went through. He
that's what I'm saying. Like that's different. That's different. That's different.
You know, that's childhood trauma.
But but you know,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. But I don't.
Shouldn't have done it.
Yeah. But moving on though. Moving on. What else we got? Y'all want to talk about getting into separating the art from the artist? Y'all want to get into this Paul Peirce situation? Like,
let's go.
I love Paul Peirce.
I love
Shout out to Paul Peirce.
First of all, I hate Paul Peirce. I'm gonna just let y'all know right now. I hate Paul Peirce, bro. I hate Paul. Paul
Peirce was a fucking bucket.
That's what I'm saying.
Was tough, and he was unorthodox, like a fat chubby. Like, how does chubby nigga cook at me like this?
40,
but this is where we talk about separating the art from the artist. Okay. I hate Paul Peirce the person. I love Paul Peirce the basketball player. I hate him. He's so fucking corny. He always surrounded by corny shit. Like the situation with him and Draymond. Remember that situation? The situation with him and Ray Allen. That shit. Like he always surrounded the shit with him. The poo game. The fucking the shit where he fucking lead the game hurt and shit. Niggas come back talking about he took a shit. Like, bro, he a fucking clown for that.
He came back and
he should never see. He should just let the shit where it was at. Like, yo, you left the game.
What you mean?
The nigga
would have been worse, bro.
He
would have been worse. You shitting on the court, going for a three.
Bro,
that shit forever. That's forever, bro.
That ain't it. He left the game in a fucking wheelchair. What you talking about? Crying and shit. Holding his knee. The nigga was holding his knee. What do you mean talking about you?
Because
he had to take a shit. Why you holding your knee, bro? Why you holding your knee if you had to take a shit, bro? Like, that nigga goofy, bro. He's goofy, like, and that's my whole thing.
That was clever to me.
He goofy.
He said, I was
very clever. He could have just left.
Bro,
he could have just left, bro. He could have just left, bro. Well, he always around about goofy shit, but let's get into the main thing. He ate a
whole box of pizza before the game, bro.
For everybody who don't know, recently Paul Peirce was let go from ESPN, right? Mm-hmm. From ESPN. He uploaded a video, he went live.
He was on live on Instagram with strippers.
Yeah, he had strippers or whatever. Weed. Yeah, was it weed? I don't know if it was weed. Like,
it was weed, bro.
You can't really think it was, bro.
I mean, he wasn't smoking no little ass fucking cigar that little. I hope not.
You never know. Like niggas get into some weird shit. But my whole thing is this. First of all, like I feel like all right, like it's two sides to this story, right? And it's two different situations that I feel like. First and foremost, I feel like yo Paul Peirce, you like 47, bro. Why did you have to go live for this?
He didn't have to go live.
Why did you feel that he had to go live for this shit, bro?
He didn't have to go live.
Like, that's my whole thing. Like I feel like, bro, you too old. Like you didn't have to go live to do this. Like you wanted to show niggas you got bitches, bro. You got money. We know that. You a fucking former NBA champion shit. Like you didn't have to do this shit. Like you did not have to do this shit.
All that shit was on him though. Even though he lost that joint. I'm still glad he did it though.
Yeah.
It's still entertaining and it's still a way for him to make it bad.
That shit was fucking legendary. I feel like
it wasn't. The video was corny to me though. The video was corny to me though.
Listen, bro, I feel like he got something bigger coming up. He had the bitches smoking weed with him and
everything, bro.
He got something bigger coming. He had to know like they gonna try to fire me. There's going to be a problem or something.
I don't think he knew that. Because he wouldn't have did it.
He probably think about getting in the podcast and think about it. All them other niggas is eating off of that shit. Harrison Barnes, Steven Jackson, KG.
But they not eating
what
he
niggas shit ain't booming like that.
They not booming like his like.
Nigga,
they shit ain't booming like Matt Barnes and Jack.
Bro, he's on ESPN, bro.
Right, and he's in the public eye currently, and he just had a current scandal. if he wanted to get into something else
but
independently,
that's what I'm
he
saying,
would
though.
still make that bread.
But what I'm saying is,
even though he was making 1.2 million,
exactly, he was getting bread. He was getting bread from ESPN. Like a lot of these motherfuckers
fuck that easy money up.
A lot of motherfuckers like Steven Jackson, any of them, they would love to be on ESPN.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? I feel like they hold certain people to certain bars. Right.
Well,
if Matt Barnes would have done that shit, I don't think it really would have been that big of a.
Well, Matt Barnes not on ESPN though. This is the thing
Matt
about
Barnes on ESPN.
No. He on no.
He with Rachel Nichols. What's that?
No, sometimes
he not on that show though. He prepared.
He not a host on that show. He's just a special guest. Sometimes.
Yeah.
But he do come on the show.
He on his own podcast. He on his own podcast. He come on there as a guest though.
But I feel like they just expect it from certain people.
Well, you know, ESPN is owned by Disney. You know what I'm saying? So and Disney.
Public figure.
Remember they fired what's her name? The black lady. Remember she said the comments about Donald Trump and shit like that. Like that's the other side of the shit. Cause like Disney, ESPN, they be trying to censor motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know what I mean? But it's like certain shit is like all right, like I said, he didn't have to go live on the shit. However, his live page should be like this is my personal page. Like what I do on ESPN and what I do personally. He's not a public figure. Let's not say that. He's not a public figure.
He's a public figure, bro. He's a host for he's an anchor on an ESPN show.
That's it.
He's a Hall of Fame basketball player, bro. He's a public figure.
Listen, fuck being a public figure. All of y'all that want to pop shit on Instagram and troll and think y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. If you got a boss,
if you got somebody cutting your check,
because if somebody report that shit to you know them jobs be on that shit now.
Yeah. That's why y'all be blocking niggas from y'all workplace.
Yeah. In court, they bringing that shit up in court. They bringing that shit up at your job.
For sure.
Like you can't play around on the socials. That's why you gotta do the close friends.
Like you can't even have like a pending like injury case.
When I was working for SEPTA
on social media, they bring that shit in the court. Like, no, we see you on Instagram in Hills at the club.
Listen,
your back ain't hurting.
We'll discuss that off air.
when I was working for SEPTA, when I was working for the post office, I blocked the shit out of them on everything. Like, listen, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like why y'all want to follow
me?
I don't like when people from your job just try to follow you.
Especially when I don't fuck with you. Like, like
don't
what?
Do that. Don't do
like,
that.
Do that shit just pop up on your phone?
Block.
Like, why the fuck is y'all follow me? Especially the niggas.
I don't Facebook. I don't be on Facebook anyway. So that shit just sit there. Like, fuck this shit. Like, I don't give a fuck. Right. I don't care who birthday it is. Whatever. I ain't even going on Facebook. Fuck it, like, but this is the whole thing about that. Like, I feel like that side of it, like, I don't agree with that side of it. Like, your job trying to control your personal life. You feel what I'm saying?
I pay you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm your boss, nigga.
Like,
I basically what Dame Dash said. You got a boss that's like calling somebody daddy. I control you. Dame been telling you niggas that for years, and everybody crucified him. But you got a boss, he control what you do, bro.
Yeah, it depends on the situation though. Like in a sense, like. Yeah, ESPN, Disney, they pay you. So whatever they got in their contract saying you shouldn't do this X, Y, Z, you know what I'm saying? You got to follow those rules. You know what I mean? No matter if you on the clock or off the clock and they saying like, yo, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to do. You feel me? However, certain shit shouldn't even fly though. Like if I'm signing a contract and say like, oh, I can't be myself on my, like look at it like this. Or he can't do this shit because he on ESPN. Fucking Skip Bayless. Not Skip Bayless, fucking Shannon Sharp come on the TV with Henny and fucking Black and Miles and shit like every fucking day, like every time.
Those really are props. But that's in LA.
But that's
they're illegal props.
Right, but again, that's a situation where he like, yo, look, oh y'all gonna censor me? No, I'm not gonna fucking do this shit.
That's FS1.
Right, but
Uncle Shannon know what he doing.
Yeah, right. But again, he can control. He control. Yeah, exact my point exactly. But that's what I'm saying
like,
is,
bro, they got Snoop brought a brown paper bag full of edibles and just spread them on the table. Look, Shannon, but take that. Like, come on, bro. Like,
but that's my point though. It's like, yo, like when you get into those type of jobs, you got to really go in there. Like, listen, like, look, you're not gonna take away my personal life. Like, no, like, look, what I do on ESPN, it's what I do on ESPN. But what I do on my personal Instagram account, like, yeah, I know kids follow me and shit like that. That's cool. Like, that's they bad. Like, they parents bad. Like, you know what I mean? Listen, but bro, all I did was strippers. Like, I don't think he did nothing crazy.
He did. All he did was.
I don't think he did that. Like, I don't think he did that crazy. Like I said, the video was ass to me. Like, the video was ass. Like,
it was for him to get fired over.
You know why I ain't respect it? Because it's like, Paul, you a old.
That's why I said. That's why I said. Like, why you doing this?
I just saw Shy Glizzy caption. He said the shit that y'all glorify and talk about, we never talked about.
Right.
We did that shit and ain't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Like Paul.
That's
Peirce,
my whole point.
You've been doing shit behind the scenes.
You
for
really could have been
years.
doing it. Exactly. You really could have did this without posting the shit.
Like,
It's
y'all
like,
niggas
fuck?
been
Like,
getting money. This shit not new to you. I can expect that from a young boy.
Because you got to remember, anytime he is on a show with anybody, whatever, them niggas really be trying to play him.
That's because he. That's what another reason why I don't like Paul Peirce.
Really the
way he look. Listen, don't get me wrong. Paul Peirce, and we not a sports podcast, so let me just clarify that. But I'm just gonna say Paul Peirce is a hell of a good fucking basketball player. He was a hell of a good basketball player.
Sure.
However, Paul Peirce, the way he talk about Paul Peirce, you would think Paul Peirce was Kobe Bryant. The way he talk about himself, you would think he was Kobe Bryant.
He beat Kobe though.
That's cool. He also got cooked by Kobe. He also got cooked by Kobe.
Barbecued him, so it's
also
like
got
we can't
and LeBron.
take
He beat Kobe and LeBron.
They barely. But my point is this though. He would make you think. Like, you would think he was Jordan. That's the way he talked about himself. Even when as a sports commentator, when sports commentator, they supposed to be unbiased. They supposed to talk about shit, without a biased view. Anytime he on TV,
the regular ones. That's why you want to bring different
anytime, even look, Richard Jefferson, bro, Richard Jefferson,
all sports commentators are
Reggie Miller, all the motherfuckers.
Jefferson, a regular fucking homie.
fucking Shaq, fucking
Tell me
Barkley.
Shaq don't be grinding them young boys up and saying I was better than
everybody. What I'm saying is, whenever he talk, every time he get on TV, he always got to put himself in this situation. Every time,
because he done
every time. Like,
no, he talking about Paul Peirce
Paul
because
Peirce.
he went against most of these niggas. He like,
every
man,
time,
that nigga ain't like that.
That shit, like, bro, come on, like,
because
take
you know why? I'm gonna tell
when
you why. Because niggas ain't give Paul Peirce's roses, man.
Even when he talk about.
They be trying to play this shit out of him. I watch them shows, bro. They be trying to play this shit out of Paul Peirce, bro.
He playable.
They be clowning him.
Because he's
a legend, and he got a chip.
He be on some clown shit
consistently.
He be on some clown shit.
He really gave niggas buckets out here. He really feel highly about himself.
They formed one of the first super teams. But we ain't gonna talk about. We ain't gonna get into that though, because we ain't sports podcast.
He a clown for posting the video.
Yeah, he definitely is. Like, he on some old head shit. It's like,
you married? He said I ain't married.
Yeah. Yo, he on some has been shit. That's what it is. That's why I don't respect it. He was on some on some nigga that used to have it.
Corny ass stripper.
They definitely the video corny as shit. If you haven't seen it,
right for the strip, bro. Let me see the strip.
If you haven't seen it, please go watch the fucking video of him fucking on live. Like, it's goofy as hell. Like, there's some goofy shit to get fired for. Like, yo, like, all right, like, why did you do this shit? You really didn't have to. Like, but it's like, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't know.
He just started smoking consistently.
Yeah, the nigga, it's goofy. It's definitely some goofy shit though. It's definitely some goofy shit though. But all right. But moving on though. Let me tell y'all talk about this Twitter shit I found. I thought this shit was funny as hell.
All right.
And it led to a lot of different questions. But some shorty on Twitter, she came on Twitter. She said 5 niggas was in a section, right? With 5 bottles and no bitches. They getting drunk to go. She said, "What? They getting drunk to go home and do each other?" ? So, and a lot of people went on the post and they had different shit to say. So,
what did you think about it?
Personally, it just sounded like some hating ass shit. Honestly,
from the chick, right?
Yeah, it did. But like,
she was thirsty. She wanted
a shot. She wanted a waterfall. She wanted to drive the boat. That's how I looked at it. But this is actually a common thing within like our the club culture. Like niggas is really not allowed. Like, if the 3 of us go to the club right now, right, or the bar, or whatever, we go get a section. According to like the internet, we all gotta get our own bottle. Like, we can't share one bottle. We got a fucking fifth of Henny. Like, we can't.
I'm sharing, nigga. Bro, I'm not paying $300.
I'm in my 30s, bro. I'm in my 30s. My whole thing is it ain't about the bread. It's about the fact that, bro, I'm not about to sit and drink a whole bottle of Hennessy. If I drink a whole bottle of Hennessy, I'm not gonna get up for work Tuesday, nigga. It's fucking Friday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna work Tuesday. You feel me? So, it's kind of like, yo, like, damn, like, I can't just, like, me and 3 of my niggas, we decided to go out for whatever the fuck reason, you know what I mean? Like, all right, we gonna get a bottle in our section, you know what I'm saying? We 3 niggas, or 4 niggas, and we sharing a bottle. Motherfuckers looking at that like, oh yeah, we broke because we sharing a bottle.
First of all, it's like, if you get a section, it's gonna come with like 2 or 3 bottles. And then it's like, I mean, whoever the girl is that tweeted that, if you wanted something to drink, just say that. I mean,
That's
I'm
my
pretty
whole
sure
point.
it's 2021. Niggas not being stingy no more. I remember
No.
back in the day, a bitch would put her cup to me. I'll look at her like she owed me money. Like, bitch, you better
Right.
put that cup away. I'm not giving you shit. But I was a kid. Now it's like, you give more, you receive more. I will share with anybody. You come to the section, we'll share with you. But stop judging people. And people stop trying to live up to what people putting
It's
on you on social
expectation,
media. It's
yeah.
like, that girl that tweeted that, she probably fucked up. And now people feel like, oh, I gotta get 2 bottles. Like you said, who gonna drink 2 bottles? Nigga, you fuck around being in the hospital.
Exactly, like
Like, what are you doing, man? I'm not living
You
up
ain't
to
gonna
none of
remember the
these.
night for sure.
Yeah, I'm not living up to these stupid ass expectations. That's what some LeBron James shit. Like, motherfuckers, every time I do something, y'all keep raising the fucking bar. Like, I'm not competing
Yeah.
with that shit. It's
Yeah.
fake.
Like my whole thing is like, it's like this. Like, first of all, like if this shit situation was flipped, right, and this was 4 females in a section with a fucking bottle,
With 1 bottle.
it's just girls' night,
Nobody
right?
not gonna say nothing.
Nobody saying nothing. It's just girls' night out. You know what I'm saying? They chilling, everything cool. Like, me and my mans go out, we get a fucking bottle of Hennessy or whatever the fuck the case. Like, now we all types of broke. We fucking gay and shit because we drinking off the same fucking bottle or whatever the situation is. I just think
she mad because she wasn't invited to the section, bro.
That's all it is. And
Because you gotta think about it. She said because no bitches.
right.
5 bottles, no bitches. Like,
Right.
It wasn't the fact that, because, like, you know what I mean? Because if you want to hold them to some type of standards, it was 5 niggas, 5 bottles. They did what they supposed to do according to their standards.
Right,
Everybody brought a
right.
bottle. Because they had no bitches in there, now you mad. What if they them
What if
niggas
the bitches
just
on the
wanted
way?
to chill to themselves? What if they all got their own
Ladies
bitches?
at home,
And they're like, we
yeah,
just want
yeah.
to go out as us niggas, like, you know what I mean? We want to still for that club scene, but not really be in that club scene because we won't mess up our situation at home. Like,
What if
so,
we
you
in
know what I
certain
mean?
situations and we don't trust these hoes or some shit like that? You never know what's going on.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just thought like I think that whole going out setting is like, it's set up for niggas to lose, honestly,
sure.
at this point. Like,
Do y'all go out?
No, I go skating.
My man.
That's it. That ain't
I'm
even
about to
going
join
out.
you.
Like,
whenever I'm like it depends on the situation. Like, whenever I'm like, one of my homies might have a situation
A
set up or
special
something like
event
that.
or
Yeah,
something
I'm
I
out
love
here.
events. I love
I do
events.
too.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know I
out.
bartend now and all that. So.
Yeah, I'm out for that.
hey,
But,
I'm about to put you behind the Jones.
yeah. But for me, like, personally, like, on some regular ass, like, it's Thursday, let me go see what
It
fucking
was popping or whatever. Yeah.
Biblo's doing. Like, nah, this ain't it.
I'm not doing it, bro.
This ain't it.
I
Like,
can't, bro.
it ain't even like,
I
I
be
ain't
scared
even.
to go to anything local because that shit be one way in.
First of
one
all,
way out.
Philly hot right now. Philly is
Hell
too
yeah.
One
hot
way
right now.
in,
Like,
one way out. They
Hell
cutting
yeah.
all. They putting peroxide in the Hennessy.
yo,
I don't got to,
right.
like, everybody think
What?
like motherfuckers you went to school with, like, yo, how he like that now? Somebody slipped him a Mickey. No, the nigga was drinking out of corner bars for 10 years
Yo.
straight. You can't drink out of corner bars.
That's my whole my
Just
whole
stay
thing.
in the house and drink.
That's another thing about it. Like, motherfuckers, they were, like I said, us 3 in a fucking section. We got one bottle. They calling us broke. Like, damn, we paid $300-$400 for this fucking one bottle and shit. And, you know what I'm saying, if we was at the fucking bar and we spent $300 on shots all night, they didn't even finish the fucking bottle that we was just drinking from. Cause they first of all they watered the shit down, like you said, like peroxide, whatever the fuck, and they wouldn't water the shit
Hey, yo,
down, and then like
I still can't get over that. What you mean peroxide? Bro?
I'm saying, like, they-
Don't
What I'm telling you is,
They water
I'm
the shit down.
exaggerating, but
Yeah,
they
they-
pouring anything.
Yeah.
But what I'm telling you is, we don't know what the fuck they
Exactly.
watering it down with.
Exactly.
They cutting it with whatever, bro.
they cutting it whatever. Like,
peroxide.
it's probably just rubbing alcohol.
Hold on.
Like, it's probably rubbing alcohol.
But yo, what this shit really come down to, bro, just in our generation period with just the social media and shit and people tweeting shit and telling you what you should and should not do. You just got to know who you are, man, and just be comfortable in your skin.
That's the best part. That's
And
the
it's-
best thing you said. Yeah, that's
You
the best
gotta
shit.
know who you are, bro, because when you know who you are, those things will not affect you.
And you don't try to
anything-
compete with the
Exactly.
the status quo of what everybody else got going on.
Keep all your
shit,
money in your pocket. If you secure with yourself, you could just shrug that shit off. I don't give a fuck if they talking about me or not. Especially if it's somebody. If you let somebody that you don't know ruin your fucking day by what they said, I mean, you gotta look in the mirror, man.
You don't love yourself.
Yeah, you gotta look in the mirror.
You don't love yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a whole thing about like the other sex. You know what I'm saying? Like what they think, what they might say or think about you. Because I find myself in them situations every now and then, and I'd be like, oh, I don't give a fuck about. I talked about being in here in the studio with Bella, right? Right. Every now and then, Bella in here grinding me up because I don't cut checks. I ain't that boy, right?
Bella about.
I ain't that boy, right? So me and Bella would go at it. She'll bring her friends here. They'll be grinding me the fuck up. And every now and then, I'll be thinking like, damn, I'm a nutty nigga. Like I don't be. Fuck no, I ain't cut no fucking check. Like, ain't my shit. You know
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, we not gonna go broke trying to impress broke bitches.
That's my whole thing.
Yeah,
That's my whole thing. Like,
she would tell you.
Especially when you got when you a fly nigga, when you a thorough nigga, that's what I be telling chicks like Bella. Like Bella came on my podcast. When I feel like I'm him. Right. I have a great personality. All my girl. I ain't got no money, so every chick I fuck with, she fuck with me for me. Right. I don't have to do all that extra shit.
Right. But so do you think you ever did anything extra before?
What you mean?
I feel like we all did. I only
when you really like somebody.
So let me ask you this. What's something that you've done specifically to impress, women? Like both of y'all. I'm asking both of y'all.
Like, all right, I ain't gonna hold you, right? I only been out on more than one date with a woman that wasn't my girl one time, and I felt like I went out with this bitch. We went on 5 dates, and that wasn't my girl, and I felt like I was doing that to impress her. Cause I got a problem with spending my money on chicks that I might not even know if I'm going to even be talking to next week. You know what I mean? That's just my thing. Like, you know what I mean? So like, if we go on more than 1 or 2 dates, that means I really was into you. Like, you know what I mean? And I felt like me and the bitch went on 5 dates. I felt like I did that to impress her. Like, you know what I mean? Because like we didn't really need to, because in between those dates, like we would chill at the crib, we would cook at the crib, my crib, her crib. Like, you know what I mean? We was doing that shit, but I was doing the extra shit because I felt like I had to match what niggas was already doing for her. Like, you know what I mean? So I definitely felt like I was
what she told you niggas was doing.
Yeah, like or she told me niggas was doing for her. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like I was doing that to impress her. Like, but other than that, like, I don't do too much to impress females. Like, it's either like you gonna fuck with me for me or you ain't, because like, you know what I mean? That it just is what it is. Like, I can't be going through that type of shit.
You see, I'm thinking real hard. I don't think I really like go out my way like to impress nobody. If you like me, you like me. Cause with the type of personality I got, bro, is like I'm gonna turn you off when you meet me, or you gonna like me.
Or you gonna like
me. That shit just because my shit
not
just
more
bad.
so to impress, just something just specifically you did just for the other, for women. Like, it might be some shit that you wouldn't naturally do. Like for me, all right, so I can tell you one time, like I moved into my apartment, right? My last apartment I was in, I moved into that apartment strictly because of women. Not one woman, particularly just women in general. Because
so yeah, basically, it's like I'm pulling up on chicks in a U-Haul, and I'm just so secure in myself. It's like, this bitch still gonna fuck with me, whether this a U-Haul or a fucking convertible Corvette.
Right.
Corvette.
You gonna get in here. It's cold as shit. First of all, it's cold as shit outside. You know them new U-Hauls. Not the busted U-Haul.
What joint you had?
It's like a 2016. Like the joint. The van joints. Like, come on, bro.
You had the fucking Bluetooth in that bitch.
Yeah. Not the joints that bitches was hopping out in Atlanta. No. Them joints stink. The seats stink in them joints.
Shit,
but this
man.
like a good little U-Haul. You know, my man had to connect. I get them for $25 a day. You know what I mean? Like, why not? And you getting in here, and we going. First of all, I used to take chicks to the movies and all in the U-Haul, bro. Yeah. I didn't have it, and I never been. Every girl liked me because I tell them the truff. I ain't got it.
Because of you, like for you, and I think the three of us can contest to that. Like most like I ain't ever been a nigga that try to be something I wasn't. Like I'm never gonna show you. Like, I'm not gonna take you to fucking Steak 48 or whatever the fuck. Like that was never my thing.
This
like,
dude, he about to do like a podcast in a shop or whatever with all these chicks and all that. And he like, yeah, bro, what you think about this? He like, this chick, we went to like one of them type restaurants like Steak 48,
right.
and she ran a tab up on him. He like, why you think she? I'm like, bro, you present yourself like that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Bitches gonna always try to like extort you and get the most out of you.
Right.
You
They're gonna push the limit. They're gonna see where they go. And my whole thing is like this. It's like, man, look, like if this ain't somewhere I'm going on a regular on my own, I'm not about to take no. Like it. Even when I'm dating and shit, and shorty something like, oh, I never been. Oh, all right, you not about to go there on me. Like that's R.I.P, bitch. If I never been there either, we not fucking going.
Birthday,
like,
2 years from now.
Yeah, like we not fucking. That's never been my thing. Like that just never been my thing.
If
like,
she ain't posting it, I ain't taking it.
Yeah,
it's
just
ain't a
like,
part of your life. You post everything else.
Yeah,
like, what you eating? Y'all bitches be eating horrible out here.
I'm 32 with orange hair. Like I don't, nigga, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, shit
but
different.
Another thing is though, like I always keep it a being. Like nigga, I'd have had chicks lay up with me in the twin bed. Like you know what I mean? Like in my mom crib. Like it is what it is. Like you said, they either gonna accept you for, you know what I mean, like your situation now or not. Like you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Just because a nigga or a chick too. Like I don't judge chicks for their situations either.
Right.
Because it don't matter. Like,
women don't get the same thing.
Situation you in right now, that don't mean that it's permanent.
But
like,
women don't get that. Women don't get the same judgmentations we get. Like
no, they don't.
They don't get the same. Like
they don't.
Listen, if you, like I said, if you 25 plus living at your mom crib as a male, you looked at as a failure. Like bitches not really looking at you.
Stemming that shit down to like 19.
But women,
21 shit, like,
women, a woman that lives at home, she could be fucking 34.
Yep.
You ain't no nigga is looking at like, oh yeah, you.
I just was talking to a chick, bro. She said, yeah, I got turned off by this guy because he was living at home with his mom and I couldn't come in at certain times.
So
she like, but he was kind of younger. I said, how old was he? He was 19, but he lied about his age. He was 19.
That shit crazy. Like
you need to look at your fucking self.
That shit crazy.
Fucking creep.
That shit crazy. Right. But yeah, it definitely that go back to that whole situation. Like I said, if 4 women was in a section with a bottle and shit, nobody looking at that shit the same. You feel what I'm saying?
Like we definitely like this fake shit.
We are. Listen, a woman can come out with an outfit that costs $20. Like that's it. Like nobody looking at her ass like, oh yeah, this bitch broke as shit. This and that third. If we walk outside, we ain't got no labels on. All of a sudden, we broke. We this, that, we that, and the third. And I think that come with age. You know, like I said, with us coming to a certain age, we realize like, yo, this shit, none of this shit mean nothing. Like none of this shit
it's like,
mean
what am I
fucking
doing
nothing.
this for? Like, bro, I bought a pair of sneakers, no cap, and I'm embarrassed about it to this day. Last year for my birthday, I bought a pair of sneakers for $1,300, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, for what I'm doing that for?
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
I'm into the designer shit. I like certain shit. It's like childhood trauma as well, because it's like I saw that shit coming up. I always wanted it. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
I was able to get it, but I'm like, once you get older, that shit not important, bro.
No, but that's cool though, bro. It's cool that you did that for yourself, because a wise man once told me, like, sometimes you gotta feed your desires, or they will feed off of you. Like, you know what I mean? The shit that you probably glorify coming up, even though like the world might look at it, you don't really need that shit, you don't really need the designer shit. Sometimes you need to do that shit for yourself, just to
get it out my system.
You know what I mean? Just to get it out of your system.
Just so you can get past it. Yeah.
Or they will feed off of you. Like that shit'll drive you crazy. Wondering like, nigga, what if I'd have bought them Gucci's or them Balenciagas? Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes that shit, you gotta do that shit just to be like, you know what? I'm cool.
So let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this, man. What desire did you feed? What name of desire did you have to feed?
Oh boy, let me see. I think what made me start smoking heavy, like, cause before, like when I first started smoking, like, you know what I mean, like, of course, like any type of weed to get you like high, like, you know what I mean, and then you know there's levels to that shit, like, and it was a type time where you know you just grabbed regular hood shit and you learn that it's better shit out there, and it's like $80 for an eighth, like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit ain't gonna last me a day, for real.
Right,
like, right. And tomorrow I'm gonna be fishing again, like, so I mean, I started, like, I had my phase where I was, like, really, like, buying, like, the top quality bud there was, like, you know what I mean? Then you think about, like, all the other shit that you probably would rather spend money on. The reason why I don't got more tattoos to this day, because every time I think about getting another tattoo, I always think about something else I'd rather would spend that couple $100 on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, you know what I mean? But I had my phase where I went through, like, I'm like, fuck it. Just tap me up, like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, it be little petty shit, like, it ain't really nothing that really ate me up for real.
Yeah,
like,
we
I
know
think I still
Brandon
will buy
Marshall.
Benz one day. Like, even though I know the maintenance on the Benz is crazy.
He ain't hear
but,
you.
like, no, I ain't hear you. What you said.
Called you Brandon Marshall.
Yeah. You know it's crazy.
Thigh tat man, but go ahead.
Yeah. You know it's crazy. I got one tattoo, and that's something I ain't talk about earlier. We talk about impressive females. Honestly, I got the tattoo to be down. A couple of my cousins got the same tattoo. I'm gonna keep it a beat with y'all.
Tattoo.
I ain't had no tattoos. Listen, I came back from overseas and shit, right?
You might as well still don't have that.
Bro, right. Listen, I came back from overseas. A couple of my cousins had a family over everything tattoo. So I decided, like, yo, damn, I ain't had no tattoo at that point. But I'm like, yo, you know what? Fuck, I might just get this tattoo. I want to be down like y'all niggas. Like, damn, like, this is a lot of niggas with tattoos, you know, this and the third. Like, and I got it, and I just was like, wow, like, the fuck? Like, I really got this to be down. Like, that was it. That was really it. Like,
yo, like, when you listen to, like, I don't know about y'all, but, like, our whole culture, when I listen to Kanye, When It All Falls Down, that shit really just defines it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
definitely.
I'm a little lit right now. I can't really
like,
break down the lyrics, but we all self-conscious. I'm just the first to admit.
Yeah,
I can't even go to the store without wearing a fresh, you mean, all that type of
shirt
shit.
with a
Some niggas
team.
be like, I can't even walk the poppies without, you know what I mean, looking
Some
all
niggas
right,
should,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
And I'm going to tell you this right now. I just told the chick this the other day. She like, you ain't going to save no money. You don't be saving. I'm going to like, I told her just straight up, the fact that I'm getting more money now, I save more money now. And when I didn't have no money, I was spending more money, which is weird. It's like, I ain't had no money, but I was spending money to make me look like I had money.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because I'm like insecure and trying to live up to something that I'm not.
Right.
But now that I got a couple dollars, why would I go buy that? I don't need that shit.
Right.
That could be another example of, like, you know, just feeding those desires. Just feeding, sometimes, like, just being able to buy food that you know, you're like, you know what? If I buy this salmon burger from Umi D's or something, you know, you're like, I could have just went to Chinese store, got a shrimp fried rice real quick. No, I'm on a budget this week.
But
like,
you know what make it feel better is, like, I used to, like, just eating out every day, eating expensive shit, and a motherfucker. But now I eat some bullshit. I eat noodles every day. But if a motherfucker be like, he fucked up eating noodles. But when you got it, you don't care.
You don't care what the motherfucker saying. Cause you know
Right.
Hell yeah.
That's the same way I feel about this shit. Like, the same way like, sometimes, like, I meal prep when I go to work. Like, I don't, like, I work at a factory and shit. Like, I don't got access to outside food. So it's like, yo, I gotta, if I don't fucking meal prep, I'm spending $40 a day on fucking food. I work 12-hour shifts. You feel me? So I'm getting at least 2 meals. You feel me? So that shit be like,
a lot.
Yeah. So I realized, like, yo, I save way more fucking money if I meal prep and had the food before I go in the crib. So that way I ain't got to worry about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And
but it's
all
like,
my niggas out there, finesse your baby mom for them food stamps, cuz. Like, they have your
my baby mom don't get food stamps though.
Yeah.
Like, she don't get
if
food
she
stamps.
do, you better get some of them Jones.
But that go back to, like we was saying, like, just impressing motherfuckers, you know, like I get, like, my job, I don't work with no female. It's like probably 2 or 3 females they busted, so, you know, like, ain't like niggas ain't crazy.
They got treat.
Ain't no crazy shit, you know what I'm saying?
You should be treating me.
Yeah, like, ain't no nigga in the job.
You should be treating.
Ain't no nigga in the job acting crazy over them, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's way
the job we're at home and crazy.
Bro, it's way different when I worked at SEPTA, when I worked at the post office, you know what I'm saying, when I worked at the airport, when I worked at those jobs, you had to be like on some, like, oh shit, I gotta grab something, you know, every now and then you had to grab something that was expensive just to show niggas that, you know. But at this joint, I don't gotta worry about this shit. Like, bitch, I ain't trying to impress none of these bitches, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, it is what it is. So you know, I meal prep every fucking day so I can save bread. And like I told you, like, really, literally, like, if I don't bring money to work, I gotta order food. I'm spending like $40 a day. Like, you know how much? Like, bro, I'm at work like 4 or 5 days on 12-hour shifts, 4 or 5 days a week. Like, bro, that shit is crazy. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, nah. I see way more money when I meal prep. You know what I'm saying? And I took that. Like, I be watching some of the young boys that's at my job, maybe spinning bread, Uber Eats, this, that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you done spent $30 on lunch alone, like on lunch, nigga. You gonna be here at dinner time and do the same thing again, like.
But you know, so another. You said you saw a tweet and shit. You know, another joint I saw.
What's that?
Stop competing with motherfuckers that ain't paying no bills, man.
That's real, and that's some.
I ain't competing with no niggas. I ain't competing with no niggas that ain't paying no child support.
Yeah.
Real shit.
You feel me?
Real
shit
bro.
different.
Bro,
shit
it's
different.
a young boy at my job right now, bro. He been working there for probably like a year. He said, "Yeah, I got 30 grand in the bank." He don't spend shit. He live with his parents.
Right.
That's the same shit I was.
Spend money on his lunch.
Yeah.
He pay for Ubers to get back and forth to work.
That's the same. Listen, when I first started the airport and shit, I was working there a couple years. My young boy there, he like, yeah, you know, he grabbing different type of cars and shit. Like, I'm like, damn, this nigga out here getting it. Like, how the fuck he shitting on me like this? Like, right, like he my young boy. Like, I'm like, damn, how the fuck he shitting on me like this? Then I kind of found out, nigga, his mom paid for all this shit. Like, he ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm like, yo, that's the difference. Like, I'm paying the whole. I got my own crib. I'm paying rent for and shit. I'm paying car. I got car insurance, car note. I'm like, bro, you on your mom's shit. Why the fuck was I ever trying to compete with this shit? And then now you even some of your peers. Like, listen, like I grew up in a 1-parent household. She had a job. My mom worked at McDonald's my whole life. You know what I'm saying? My whole like teenage life. You feel me? Right. So like that shit, I didn't understand. Like when I'm competing with my friends who got 2-parent working household, you know, that shit totally different situation.
All my friends' moms was scammers.
Oh, totally different.
All my mom used to say, "Pussy, if you want them new sneaks, I could go get some credit cards too, but I might be the fucking jail." That's all she used to tell me. Yo, all my homies' moms was scammers,
even your close immediate friends, like you don't never know what motherfuckers getting into. Like I had a show that I was messing with, and she had like I used to be like, you know, competing with her, like not competing, but you know, we was in a relationship, whatever. You know, we doing everything, and then I realized like, damn, like, you know, she had like a fairy godmother that used to be giving her bread, like crazy amount of bread. And I felt like, yo, like, why the fuck? No wonder I can't keep up with this shit. Like, yo, you got a whole nother situation.
You never know nobody's situation, man. Like,
way fucking different. Like,
bro, you never
everybody don't come from the same back. We might be, like, even if you come from the same hood, we don't come from the same
block, but
back.
We ain't got.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
all the time.
That's
My
what
baby
I'm saying.
moms, both my baby moms get paid first. You heard?
Yeah,
like,
like,
I even touch anything.
Shit
like,
different. Shit is different.
You gotta take care of your bills.
See, me and bro, we on the same hand with this shit. Like this shit different, bro. That shit had me like.
See, I'm blessed not to have to pay child support. I was on the papers at one point, and then it came to what it was. Like, all right, cool. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm blessed to this. And every now and then, I gotta remind myself, like, oh shit, I could be on child support. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. So it's like, yo, all right, like now I gotta like that. I gotta play my part differently, depend on that situation, because I don't ever want to like get to that, get to that.
Bro,
like
every time a bitch be like, just take the condom off, I hear babies.
Yeah.
Just crying and all that shit.
That's
bro.
good.
Like
good.
What I told y'all earlier, like when a chick try to hit me with the, oh, I don't want to get an abortion. Well, bitch,
we talked about that off
yeah,
camera, but yeah.
I'm a sex offender. I'm a sex offender. What the fuck?
Yeah, one of them for you in the microwave.
That's a pothole.
Oh shit, that nigga dick.
I don't know if y'all play potholes, but that's a dip, whatever y'all
that
call
nigga dickhead.
Bro, what the fuck?
He better be high.
Shit, just about to burn us.
You gotta burn the whole building. Like.
And then he gonna put it back in there. There's all types of chemicals.
Yeah,
on that shit. That nigga gonna die.
Nigga put the fucking shit in the microwave for you. Like,
look, he about to eat. That's like taking some fentanyl. He about to, young boy, don't eat that joint, young boy. He can't hear us. Don't eat it, young. Look at him.
That shit.
He
gonna play it off though.
We gotta get curtains in the studio.
We definitely got curtains in the studio. Like, right.
Gonna play it off?
They got curtains and
like
shit.
He
dog.
just almost
like,
kill us.
shit.
It look like you ain't hear it.
Right, here it is. Here it is. He gonna first of all, he played off like that shit ain't just spark up and shit. Like, nigga, like, you don't blowing this shit off. The electric about to go out, nigga. Like, the fuck? Like,
what's that movie with Jamie Foxx when he put the joint in the microwave and let that shit blow up?
what joint?
Remember they was stuck in the convenience store.
Held Up. That's Held Up. Yeah, Held Up. I remember that shit. Jamie Foxx my favorite entertainer and shit, though.
I love Jamie Foxx.
He up there.
Yeah, he up there. And that nigga,
he amazing.
Jamie Foxx, he underrated for real. I'm gonna keep it a beam with y'all. Like, he really underrated. Like,
multi-talented.
For sure.
Yeah, that nigga got a Grammy. Like, he got a Grammy and an Oscar.
I mean,
no, I'm saying he got a Grammy for his music and he got an Oscar for his performance. I'm saying he got a Grammy and an Oscar. Like,
Will should have had an Oscar.
How? I mean, no.
Pursuit of Happiness.
He do got a. Do he?
I'm sure Will got an Oscar.
Nah, he might not. No, I don't think he got an Oscar. Yeah. I don't think he got an Oscar.
What he got a Grammy for? Summertime, a fucking classic.
Yeah.
That's something I wake up to also.
Let's talk about that though. Let's talk about that though. So
when
recently,
the summer, you mean?
Recently Nas won the Grammy and shit, right?
For
sure. For the first time. You know what I'm saying? It's for the first time. This is like what 30 years in, like for his last album. King's Disease. He won album of the year, I believe.
Bro, y'all talking about some shit I know y'all ain't listen to.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't listen to it.
I listened to the album. I didn't listen to it. Personally, I think Freddie Gibbs probably should have won album of the year, but that was just me. But my whole thing is like this: like, if I'm Nas, after fucking 30 years or however many years he been, whenever Illmatic came out, when Illmatic, like 95 or some shit like that?
No, not 95, bro.
When it come out? Google that shit. Google that shit.
Illmatic came out like
whatever the fuck this shit again.
99.
I feel like he had Illmatic. He had
Illmatic when he had the orange sweatsuit on, right?
No, Illmatic Jones is the projects and shit, and is he a young boy shit? That's Illmatic. When he got the that's like hip hop is dead.
Damn,
you talking about what?
Illmatic came out 94.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a long ass time ago. So
I don't seem like that, bro.
Nearly. That's almost 30 years ago, right?
Nigga, I was 5.
It's almost 30 years ago.
I was 2.
So when I think about that, like damn, like the album I think he should have won that shit on is not his last album, the one before that shit.
Yeah, the one that Ye did.
The one with no, not the one Ye did. The one before the last one. The one before the last one.
Man, the one when he dissed Hove, he should have got something for that shit, bro. That is classic,
That ain't Illmatic. That ain't Illmatic.
No.
That ain't Illmatic, bro. That's like
the joint with the orange sweatsuit. That's the one that I know.
That's like
that's
Nas.
a fucking classic.
Nah, that's that album.
That shit was a classic.
No,
bro,
his last joint with daughters and shit like that.
You saying he shouldn't have accepted it?
I'm saying, yeah, that's where I'm going with it. What I'm thinking is like, after all these years, the Grammys done fuck you. Not just album of the year, but just, they got other categories he could have won one in. You feel me? I feel like they've been overlooking them all these years. It's to the point where I might as well not even accept this shit.
No, I would accept it, but all I would just say is like, I'm not your genre. Like y'all don't really fuck with me. I'm not your cup of tea.
But by him, if he accept this one, though, if he accept that one, I feel like that shit like you solidifying all the times where he looked you over. You feel me? Like if I say, all right, yeah,
really?
If I accept this shit, like,
bro.
Yeah.
When was he ever looked over?
I just told you
what year did he have a better album than other niggas?
The next to the fucking what's that shit? The album with daughters and all that shit on there.
Bro,
you know what I'm talking about?
Listen to that nigga, bro.
No, you listen. That album with he got like daughters and shit.
I listened to the album when he had the orange velour sweatshirt.
Yo, that's the Nas album. That was I think it was called Nigga at first.
That album was hot.
I think it was called Nigga at first. And then he changed the album.
He always was a
shit,
fly
like,
nigga, so he gonna.
That's Stillmatic.
Stillmatic, yeah.
Stillmatic.
He was hot as shit, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, but I feel like just him, not even just Nas, a bunch of different artists. Like it's like, yo, I hate the Grammys. Personally, I like out of all the fucking award shows, I hate the Grammys the most. Why? Because the Grammys is the most, they fuck the shit up all the time. The time they get this shit, the Macklemore when they went to Kendrick, like shit, like it's shit like this all the time. They fuck that shit. It's old white niggas.
How they fucked it up? Because
it's old white niggas that don't know the genre. that's making these decisions. You feel me? It's motherfuckers that don't know the genre that's making these decisions and say like, oh, all right, this the album of the year.
So why don't niggas go to the Grammys and don't
that's
go to
my
the
whole,
BET Awards?
That's my whole point, though. I mean, the BET
so y'all
Awards
giving
is
them some type
of
importance, making these
right.
white
I
motherfuckers
agree.
think
I agree. I definitely agree. That's why I don't fuck with the Grammys.
If I'm a rapper, bro, I know I made some poppin' shit. Long as my hood fuck with me and that Grammy shit ain't fuck with my money, I really wouldn't care.
Yeah, but motherfuckers hold Grammys.
As long as my culture like me.
I mean, I just think that, you know what I mean, without us having to say so in it, the Grammys is just more prestige. Like, cause you never hear it. Like, even if you don't win a Grammy, if you wasn't a Grammy nominated artist,
motherfuckers will put it out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't put BET nominated artist.
Yeah.
It's like next. Like,
that's a problem. That's a problem.
More prestige, like, you know what I mean. Even if you nominated for,
but we making that though.
Put that on
but
your
we make
residency for
our culture make the Grammys what it is. Like,
you know what it's about to be though. Like hip hop is about to be on a whole nother. It already is.
Yeah.
But like,
pop than anything.
Bro, in 10 more years, it's over, bro.
It's over.
It's already over. Honestly, it's already over.
Hip hop really is dead. And
it took over already.
But
it's global. It's global now.
No,
like,
it ain't dead. I'm
saying it's global now.
You still got some niggas in the game that keep that shit hip hop, but for the most part, bro, for the majority of that shit, hip hop dead, bro.
No, but I'm telling you, like, hip hop is like rock stars now. What I'm telling you is like hip hop is dominating every music genre. Period.
Right.
It ain't fuck that rock star shit. All that.
Hip hop is the rock stars.
The culture that we know,
right.
Hip hop, the culture that we know it is gone, bro.
But what I'm telling you is you gotta evolve. You sound like one of them old niggas that still got
I listen to new niggas.
Scottie Pippen in they top 20 players, and
right.
like he ain't that. Like them niggas couldn't last.
Hip hop is
last with these young boys.
Hip hop is at the forefront right now. It's definitely at the forefront.
Sure.
Like, definitely.
Yeah, it's popular music.
Yeah. It's just that, like, I can see what you're saying. Like, it's parts of hip hop that, like, the new hip hop is way different from what we used to, and then a lot of them motherfuckers our age don't acknowledge that shit. But that's where it's at now, and that's what's taking over. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody
like,
just stay in they fucking.
They saying
demographic, era,
but
bro.
You know,
I guess this is what it is.
For sure.
If you going to disrespect somebody else's era, just talk about your era. You ain't gotta downplay. That's like downplaying somebody to make yourself look good. You feel me?
It's like niggas talking about like in the NBA and shit. Like, oh yeah, LeBron in this era would never. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like, bro, like you can't really compare it.
I'm not going to say that. Well,
you can't really compare it.
Some of them old niggas couldn't.
Yeah,
what the fuck you gonna do against Kevin Durant?
Right. But we not a sport podcast, so we not gonna get in there. But yeah, it's definitely a thing though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, it is what it is though. But all right, we can wrap that joint up. That topic, but RB, you got something you want to talk about?
Yeah. So I'm at work the other day or whatever. So I see a kid, man. He no older than 10, 11 years old. He run past and he run into me. And I'm like, young boy, calm down. What the fuck is you so hyped for? He like, man, I'm running from an op. Old head, get out the way. First of all, I hate when young boys call me old head. Even though I call them young boy, but I'm still not used to that old head tag.
Right.
But it is what it is. Everybody old to somebody.
Yeah.
But he said, I'm running from an op. And I'm just looking like, God damn, like, what is happening out here, man? Like, motherfuckers, like, how y'all feel about that shit? Do y'all feel like y'all would try to say the youngins, or like they too far gone?
So this how I feel, right? I feel like, you know, the difference between the young boys now and us is that when we was actually coming up, bro, we actually had old heads. Okay. You know what I mean? And depending on where you was from, you might have had thorough old heads or not. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
No, whatever you came from. So the difference between us and them is that we actually seen what our old heads was going through. Like, a lot of my old heads, they went through real shit. A lot of my old heads either dead or they in jail, bro. I don't got too many left. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas that actually raised me out here in the streets. Like, you know what I mean? So because we seen that, we found other ways to be involved with getting money or getting bitches or whatever than what our old heads showed us. So we kind of left that void there. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
We were supposed to be those old heads. Because that's how it was for generations. Like, you know what I mean? Before their time, they had old heads. And
so do you feel like you're responsible?
Yeah, I do in a way, halfway responsible. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because even though we seen a different way out of the streets, that's what type of approach we should have gave to the streets as being the new old heads. Like, you know what I mean? Because like when I was coming up, my old heads was my age now. Like, you know what I mean? But we just was like, no, the streets too crazy. A lot of niggas like, we out of that joint. Like, you know what I mean? We just got up out of there. Like, you know what I mean? And just knowing our history, our background, you got to know, like, a lot of us grew up with one-parent households. So you got to expect, like, you know what I mean? You seen them, like, you know what I mean? You seen young bitches having babies, bitches your age having babies young without niggas that they know they're not going to be with. So you got to know that those trends are still coming. And we got up out of that situation instead of being there and be like, yo, this is what you should be doing. Like, you know what I mean? Instead of all those new hustles that we got now and shit like that, we selling that shit to the streets now instead of giving them the game. You know what I mean? When we was coming up, old heads was giving us the game. He wasn't selling it to us. It was like, you from the block, you from this hood. You know, we gonna tell you what it is and we're gonna tell you how to move and shake out here. Nowadays, we on Instagram like, yo, you could get the game for $99.99. You know what I mean? It's different now. It's different now. Like, so we didn't take that responsibility of being the next coming. Like, you know what I mean? Old heads, that shit really means something. Like, it's like the Big Brother program for the hood. Like, you know what I mean? And we just was like, nah, shit got too crazy. We seen what happened to our old heads, so we was like, we out. I know that's what I did. I
think that the thing is, like, our old heads, they took a different path than we did. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it's actually supposed to fucking be. Like, your old heads supposed to go through it so you won't have to go through it. That's the whole point of that shit, you know what I'm saying? And that shit is supposed to work. Now, the problem is it's a disconnect between, now we the old heads. Right. We the old heads.
Whether we want to believe it or not.
It's a disconnect between us and the young boys, some of the old heads, because they not taking them same
to make that
right. They not taking the path that we taking. You know what I'm saying? Like they still trying to be in the streets. Now we can't tell them like, yo, don't do this, that, and the third, because we not in the streets. You know what I'm saying? We working motherfuckers. You know what I mean? For sure. So they can't really relate.
Not visible.
Exactly. They can't relate to what we got going on because it's not the same path. You know what I mean? Right, even though motherfuckers is young enough to like, yo, you can stop doing this bullshit and get into this shit. You know what I mean? But because they don't see it that way, they don't see it. They don't see it that way. It's like it's a disconnect. It's really a disconnect.
This is what I feel like, man. I feel like I came up around all motherfuckers. I was just talking to my old head in the barbershop. He like you and like he said me and like 5 other people the only ones that like he kind of proud of and shit. Cause everybody else got smoked or they in jail. But I just feel like you got to be willing to just talk to people like they equal to you. You feel me?
Right.
Don't talk to nobody like you done did this and did that. Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
Right.
I was just talking to my little cousin. He said he don't respect his dad because he always talking about what he did back in the day and he's trying. Young boys don't respect that shit. Talk to them like
nobody respect that.
Yeah. Talk to them like same the old heads that had it, same old heads that raddest. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But you got to talk to people like they equal, respect everybody, and just don't say what you going to do and don't do it. Like, if you going to tell the youngest to do something, you got to be living that shit. You got to be about
it. And that's the thing, like that we dealing with a lot now. Because, honestly, you know, like history is our best teacher. You know what I'm saying? Right. If you seen somebody do some shit and that shit fell, you going to look at this shit like, no, I ain't doing that shit because that shit ain't going to work, right? However, if I'm telling you some shit that like, yo, don't do this shit because that shit gonna fuck up, but if I ain't do this shit, you're not gonna look at it like, yo, bro, you ain't even gonna get right. And that's the problem. That's the issue because
that's why you gotta catch them young. Like, I'm not talking about young boys that's even 13, bro, because they sometimes too far gone.
That shit crazy. That's so crazy.
Like,
to say that,
I'm talking about niggas that's like 10 years old.
That's crazy.
Like, it's nothing for like 5 niggas to put up to create a summer league.
Right.
Just to show little niggas that we care.
Right. One motherfucker's can do that. One person can do that shit.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But again, see, the key is just being present, though.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that our generation. That's the real disconnect. Because like, a lot of us like don't get it fucked up. There's a lot of niggas that's doing their thing, like, you know what I mean, and doing some positive shit in the community, but they're only present through social media. Like, it's not like, you gotta remember, like, when I was coming up, the drug boys in my block was helping your mom with the groceries and shit. Like they was looking out for you. They was telling you when it ain't cool to be out here. It's war going. Like you know what I mean? They was present. Like you seen them niggas like every day. Seeing that shit through the gram sometimes don't always have the same effect. Like you know what I mean? So like because we decided to not be present in that way, sometimes that can't have the same effect. So like if you got a young boy that you know that's nice and ball, go to his games. Like, you know what I mean? Be there a different way. Like, you know what I mean? You got to be there a different way. You got to show them niggas instead of just telling them all the time. Because I know that shit firsthand as being as a coach. Like, nigga, my days are done. Like, you know what I mean? I used to be nice as shit in ball. Now, I can't even, you know what I mean? I'm not that
Reese,
guy.
look him up on Ted Solari. Is
Ted
Solari still around? Look him up.
I'm definitely Ted Solari. All pub, all that. You know what I mean? I'm definitely Ted Solari. But, like, you know what I mean? But, like, even that today, like, youngers don't even got Ted Solari today. So, like, they like, nigga, what you did for us lately?
Ted's still alive?
Ted's still alive, but he just ain't the bull for the
he ain't the face, yeah.
You know what I mean? But like when we was young boys, nigga, if you wasn't in Ted Solari, you wasn't on the team.
But that's the crazy part because when we was coming up, motherfuckers is in the street and motherfuckers playing basketball is the same people. You feel me? It is the same fucking are playing any type of shit. It's the same people. But now it's so far disconnect. You either this path or you this path. Like it ain't no blending no more. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't no intermediate. So a lot of times, us as the old heads, we not even listen, bro. Young boy, you too far gone. Like you said, young boys be too far gone. You not even going to entertain. You not even going in that route. Like you not even going to try to tell young boy to stand there because you know that his mind is thinking certain way that he not even going to hear what you got to say anyway.
I'll still tell
you'll
him,
try,
bro.
yeah.
Only if you come to me.
Right,
if you come to me, you feel me?
Right.
I'll tell you some shit. Or if you about to do some shit, yo, man, I don't really feel like that's, you feel me?
Right.
Nigga, I've been coaching for 8 years now. You know how many young boys that I've been coached that's out of school now, that's into the streets that I thought that really had a good future. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
That probably could have, even if he didn't go to the NBA, he could at least got his college.
Up north, that's better than
like,
Jordan.
You know what I mean?
Didn't get that
like,
break,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, and it's just crazy sometimes because, like, you know, like, you never know how fast they was forced to grow up.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like that, yeah. The shit that you gotta do at home, it be so fucking different. Versus
and that's
like,
why we can't really. It's you can't give up, and it's human nature to judge and be like, yo, man, why you doing this shit? But I didn't go through what you went through. Some people really went through some dark shit.
Right. Yeah, real
so
shit.
It's like,
that's real shit.
And men is even harder to express that because feel like you soft.
Because as a man,
like
I ain't gonna hold you. As a man, I feel like we all gotta learn the hard way. Yeah. Unfortunately, once you get to a certain age, you gotta learn through experience instead of somebody telling you like, no, this is not the way. Yeah, I mean, like even me at younger age, my sister telling me like, yo, like why you hooky in school? That shit nutty. Like you drawing.
You was hooky to get some pussy.
Yeah, like on some nut shit. Yeah, like on some nut shit. My sister like, yo, you on some nut? Like what are you doing? You drawing like. And then I couldn't see it because she was hooky in school. So I'm like, yo, you can't tell me this. Like, not the hooky school. You know what I'm saying? The whole time, she trying to save me from myself. You feel me? But that's like, you know, like I said, like, we don't be on the path. Like if somebody telling me not to do some shit that they doing, I'm looking at you like you a fucking hypocrite. Like, bro, what the fuck you talking about? Don't cheat. Like, nigga, you cheating every day fucking day. Like, how the fuck I ain't gonna cheat? Like,
I had to learn the hard way, too.
Somebody tell me
about sex.
Yeah,
I had to learn about sex the hard way. My
like,
sister was telling me in my early 20s, like, yo, you better strap up. Don't be having babies out here. Like, nigga, since I was fucking 10, I only wanted to be a father. I used to say that shit in school,
that's
nigga.
Crazy.
When they ask you what you want to be before, I used to literally say,
this nigga say that shit for
I used to watch TV, nigga. It used to be the most glorified thing. Like, I was like, yo, I want to be that nigga.
Yo, you the only nigga. You the only nigga in the hood. Like,
I never said that.
I used to always say
what the fuck
shit,
shows was you watching? Malcolm in the Middle?
You watching Cosby
and shit.
You watching Cosby and shit. Like,
nigga, I was watching Martin. Martin ain't had no kids. What the fuck is you talking about?
My shit, nigga. My sister used to buy me bags in the magnets. I still ain't used them bitches. So I started having kids. I said, yo, bro. I see now, like, but
yeah, that's crazy.
Like,
my sister ain't.
Sometimes you gotta learn through experiences, though. Like,
my sister ain't buy me no condoms, yo. I guess she ain't think I was getting. I guess she ain't think I was getting no pussy. I don't think my sister thought I was getting pussy. Like,
yeah, she knew you was a noodle.
This nigga
that ass nigga ain't gonna hump till he 19. I'm wasting my money. The condom's gonna expire.
I'm gonna send him to the dare. I'm gonna send him to the dare joint after school. He ain't getting no pussy. I just don't want the niggas trying to fire in the house.
My sister really ain't giving me no car. My sister ain't getting no, she ain't get no pussy. Like, damn, that's crazy. Like,
bro, like, yo,
I had my first sex scare when I was like 18. Like, she drawn. She was not around. Like, damn. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, yo, like, that's definitely crazy though. That's definitely crazy. Like, I don't know. Like,
listen, bro. I just want to tell everybody, man. Embrace your individualism.
Sure.
Be who you are. Don't let nobody marginalize you and try to put you in a box and tell you what you can't do.
yeah,
You control, like I always like what Wallow said, you control what cool is.
right.
Like that's why I really fuck with you, bro. Like you said you 32 and you got orange hair.
Right.
I would never do it. But it's like that's what you no, but seriously though, that's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of motherfuckers wouldn't do that shit. I ain't want to do no podcast because I'm like, man, niggas gonna think that shit corny. I'm gossiping on a joint or some shit. Whatever you want to do it.
Do it, bro.
Keep
And that's
100.
just embrace your individualism, man.
Embrace
Just
your
be you.
individual. That's better than saying just be yourself. Because like, the only reason I say that is because a lot of people be going through some personal shit and they don't even like themselves. Like, you know what I mean? So they can have a different perspective on that. So like you said, whatever you want to do in life, like, you know what I mean? If you feel like if it's positive, it bring you peace, it bring you money, anything like that, like just do it. You know what I mean? You will learn more about yourself doing the things that you want to do in life other than what other people
doing what you expected
to do.
You know what I
mean? Cause like, you know what I mean? You know how many people I know that went to college just because their parents wanted them to go?
That shit's
Just like
crazy.
how we go back to the Kanye shit.
Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you just gotta do what you think is best for yourself.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And no matter what nobody else think about it, sometimes like nobody can see your vision like how you see your vision.
Right.
Sometimes you just gotta do shit for people to understand or they even see it like, oh, all right, I see what you meant now. You know what I mean? It's okay for people to support you later. And another thing too is like, don't always look for your family and your close friends to support you.
It's gonna be strangers.
You know what I mean? You don't do shit for them to support you. You do shit for the masses. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
listen.
And if they do support you, that's just a plus. Sometimes people can't see. Like sometimes some people can't see you like in a specific position. Like,
one of my favorite quotes is you can't see how high a mountain goes if you standing right next to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta move away from this shit to see like, oh shit, this shit is fucking big as shit. And that's sometimes the people that's close to you, they can't see you can't see the peak. Like, right. Like, come on, man. They can't even fathom that shit. Like, they can't fathom it.
Sometimes they can't see it till it happens.
Yeah, like right. Damn, like right. Like, that's why a lot of it be motherfucking strangers that support you more than the motherfuckers that's close to you. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like they know
a lot of people
like
insecure themselves, so they like that's my nephew. He can't do that. That's my son. Right. I couldn't do that, nigga. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Listen, we talked about this shit on the last podcast, a few podcasts ago, when we talked about how your parents saw that working at Chop, working at the fucking SEPTA, working at the post office. This is rich. This is the ceiling. This is how high you could go. You know what I'm saying? Whereas our generation, we see this shit like, yo, look, man, this ain't the end of it. This ain't the end of it. Like, this is just a stepping stone to where I want to fucking be. You feel me?
I need
so
more
that's
money.
exactly. That's just definitely where it's at. Like a lot of motherfuckers, they don't see your, like, they can't see your track where you headed to. You feel me?
But only you can see your vision.
Exactly. They can only see they see where you came from, and they think that like, yo, where you came from, you can only go so far. You can only go this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna do that. Like, a lot of people are settled into that. Like, my family is like that for like I said, like, listen, the pinnacle of my family was being a manager at McDonald's, like, for a long fucking time. That was the pinnacle. Like, yo, you be the manager, oh, you lit, you good. Like no, like, I'm glad I broke that fucking bet. Yeah, I'm glad I broke that shit because I went to a situation where
I was supposed to be a military baby.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like that was like the pinnacle for my family. Like, yo, you make it to the military, you good.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's where that's where I'm at now. Like, I'm in the military. You know,
like
this what it stemmed down to as well. Like, you can't let people put their fears on you. Bro.
Right.
Don't let nobody put their fears on you. And look, all the young boys too. That's what we started on is with the youngest. Like, it's okay to have a job. A job can provide you a lot of things.
I actually wanted to talk about that.
A job will provide you security. Jobs is security. Jobs are okay.
And teach you discipline.
Yes, but I don't like that y'all taking risks and y'all not making as much as a nigga that has a job, bro.
Right. And I feel like right now within like when it comes to men and like we talk about, you know, competing with the work nigga versus like if you a street nigga and you competing with a work nigga on some shit, that lifestyle it's not adjacent.
Listen, bro, you can't compete with me because when you go to jail, like,
exactly, my point exactly.
You go to jail.
Exactly, like that shit not the fucking same.
With me.
Like, it's not the same.
If you in the streets, you can't compete with a nigga with a job because when you go to jail, I'm going to fuck
I'm out here. Like I'm still getting money, and I'm out here. Like that's it. Like you can't. It's not. You, nigga. It's really not the same. Like it's really not the same and shit. Honestly, listen. Any nigga that's listening that's on that type of that path, like you could be in jail tomorrow. Like just know a nigga that's with a job is the one that's fucking your bitch. Like
listen, bro. Snoop was winning in the streets on Baby Boy. Jody knocked this bitch down. Jody ain't had shit.
Right,
but he was out here.
He lived with his mom.
All he had was presents.
On the bike, bro.
The nigga had 2 baby moms.
Where Alizé?
The nigga had 2 baby fucking moms on a bike.
On a bike.
Nigga ain't even have a job. That's the shit. That nigga was at Do Dirt House playing man. What the fuck you talk with Sweet Pea? Fuck y'all talking about? Like nigga had 2 badass bitches. Like fuck it. Like
no, he did though.
But
he had bitches that he was turning down pussy.
And he was
that nigga turned down pussy in that joint, bro.
That shit ain't like
that's hard to do.
Yo, that shit. That nigga man.
Nigga, I'm famous. I turned down pussy.
Man, that bitch, the chick that was on it, her.
No, I ain't going. Let that bitch in my eye. See what I got.
What? She's somebody got.
I'd have killed them buns, bro. I'd have killed them buns.
No, just to finish up that topic, it's just like, listen, like, I was a young boy before, you know what I'm saying? But I was never in the streets. But it's crazy because all my niggas I was with, they was in the streets. So I could have easily been on that track, you feel me?
What kept you
But like, I think my mom being on my ass,
right.
that probably was what really kept me from that shit. To this day, I never even smoked weed before, ever. But everybody I was with, smoke weed. Niggas smoke weed, niggas sold weed, and I hang with these niggas every fucking day. But I never took that route, and I honestly can't tell you why. Like it just never was like my thing. I'm glad to say that I wasn't a follower back then. Like I ain't do shit because my mans was doing shit back then. Like niggas would go like, yo, we better go smoke. Like, I'm like, all right, I'll holler at y'all. Like that was really like, that was my whole thing.
I hated my mom. Like my mom would tell me to do shit. I used to call her all types of bitches. Like when she walked away, curse her out. Like I hate her.
Yeah.
But I really love her for that shit, bro. Cause I wouldn't be who I am today.
Right.
I feared her. Like what the fuck my mom gonna think if I do?
I'm the total opposite, shit? Bro. I didn't fear my parents at all, but I love them dearly. Like I grew up this spoiled young boy. Like so, my mom got me everything I ever wanted.
You look spoiled.
Like you know what I mean. And I did come up in the streets though. Like you know what I mean. Like all my friends were street niggas, and all the niggas I looked up to. Like my first hero was my old head. Like you know what I mean. That nigga was my favorite basketball player, my favorite nigga that I learned how to dress from that nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Everything I value.
Some niggas know how, some niggas good at everything. They know how to fight, they can play ball, they know how to get money.
One of them niggas, like, he got
it's just
money,
everybody, every neighborhood know how to do everything, bro.
Like, that's how I came up, though. Like, it wasn't until I got, like, until I had to see from their mistakes, or I was like, you know what? That street shit, it's fun, and it's even addictive, but at the
end
of the day,
only go two ways.
That shit only go two ways, bro. Dead in jail.
Exactly.
Like,
there ain't no longevity in it.
It ain't no longevity in that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody ain't lucky enough to do what they do and get out. Like, you know what I mean?
Bro, I'm trying to be LeBron James in this shit, you hear me?
Hell yeah. Like,
I'm trying to be 17 years in, still in my prime, still doing what I want to do, still doing my thing, bro.
That shit really definitely is really different. Like, it's really different. And I think, again, like you said, like we still old heads. No matter what change tomorrow, what motherfuckers look at, we still like. If you could save one young boy, like that's enough. You feel what I'm saying? That should be good enough.
That's why I respected you, like with the coach and shit. I'm like, damn, we really working with these young boys. That's something I want to do. Cause look, my old head ran the league down the way. It was called Extra Miles. His name was Miles Mack. He died because of young boys. It's like he ran the league, and some niggas, Meek used to shout the bull out all the time. I guess he had something going on, and they killed him. But in the crossfire, my old head that ran the league got caught in the crossfire, and he died, bro. Yeah. Behind what he believed in, like, it's so many young boys that was in that league right now, and they just out here on some vicious shit.
It's fucked up, but like I told you, I've been coaching for 8 years, and I had, like, I had a young boy that I used to coach since he was in 7th grade, trying to sell me weed, and I was like, yo, like, this ain't life, like, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, and then like. At now it's like he's so deep now. It's like I can't lecture him now. Like, you know what I mean? Right. All I could give him is real talk and just hope he accepted the right way. Like, you know what I mean? And even if you do that much, that's not giving up. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta realize that you can't save everybody. Like, even if you got good intentions to do, bro. Like, even if you say today, like, just like you say, like, you respect me for doing the coaching shit. Even if you say today, like, you know what, I want to start a league just to get these young boys out the street. Even if you do that. Like, you can't go in there thinking, like, that you're going to save every young boy in your hood, because it's not going to happen like that. Like, everybody not going to be able to receive that message. Everybody not going to look at that opportunity as an opportunity. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, like, you just got to, like you said, I'm sorry, like you said, if you say one, sometimes that's just enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at least you was able to get one out of the bunch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes it takes a little bit more that you can't always provide. You know what I mean, to help some of these youngins today. Like, I know we talk about this shit now because it's publicized through social media. Young boys is 13, 11, 12 with guns and shit like that. But
nah, it ain't from social media. That shit in my life.
Always been a thing, nigga. Like we was young as shit. Like, nigga, like I've been a professional gambler since I was 14. There's no way I should be. You know what I mean? Like, I should be exposed to that type of shit, or like, you know what I mean? I had a stepdad, nigga. Like, I know what crack smell like being cooked. Like, you know what I mean?
I was 13 when I held my first gun, bro. I was 13 when I held my first gun.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's young as shit. Like, it's only publicized or it's like popular now because social media and everything else. But like, it's always been that thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the young boys wilding out. Like, we was young boys. Like, I probably was a part of my first like real crime when I was like 12. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whoa, this shit can send me to jail for some years if we get caught. Like, you know what I mean? Just being with the wrong people or just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, you know what I mean? You never know. Like, and like you said, sometimes you might be innocent in the situation.
How many bullets you think you dodged? Like, not saying literal bullets, but like
situations.
Right.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. It's been a lot.
Wrong place, wrong time.
It's been a lot.
So do you
like,
really
I always had friends who was like
doing
super
into some shit, yeah.
But you know them on a more intimate, personal level, like, you know what I mean. So like, that's your man.
So you still took that chance being around him, and you knew he was doing shit. So you could have got locked up or got shot at or killed.
Absolutely, them niggas was like my brothers, like, you know what I mean. Niggas that looked out for me too, like, you know what I mean. And it was like niggas that have your back, like, you know what I mean. So it's like, even though they get into what they get into, like you said, like you said earlier on the cast, like, you know what I mean. Sometimes you just gotta accept people for who they are. Some people predicaments are so predictable because of their upcoming. It's like it's like they gonna be who they gonna be. Yeah. You know what I mean? You gonna waste your life trying to change somebody. They gotta do that shit for themselves. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta accept people for who they are, and that don't necessarily mean they're a bad person because of what they into. Sometimes that's just the hand that they dealt.
Right,
like,
right,
you know what
right.
I mean? They don't even realize that it's a bad thing.
Right.
Some people look at it like, yo, I gotta do this. Like, you know what I mean?
That's just anything. We've been taught bullshit since we was fucking children. Yeah. You know how hard it is to unlearn something?
For sure.
It's hard as shit.
They always say you gotta unlearn before you relearn. Like, you know what I mean? Before you can learn something new, you gotta unlearn shit. Yeah. Like, it's just like, I'll give you something real simple. Like the whole Christopher Columbus thing. We gotta unlearn the whole situation, the fact that he he's
even being glorified.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
right.
To realize there was
nigga was a drunk rapist, bro. Nigga was a drunk rapist.
There was niggas on his boat that tore him out to get here. People don't know that.
No, the nigga, motherfuckers don't know. The nigga lived the rest of his life in jail because he never fucking found the fucking. He was supposed to find fucking India, nigga. You ain't never find India, bro. Like, what the fuck?
He was a bad seaman. He got lucky. He felt some Moors that knew how to navigate through the stars. He said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna use these niggas." and he came in from America and found more niggas.
And they got lost.
You know what I mean?
They found America by accident. Like they was trying to go around Africa and end up turned around. Like niggas don't know that shit though. Like niggas don't know that shit. But you know,
sometimes that just happens. Like
like
you just get lucky.
And that's how a lot of our youth is going to do that shit right now. Like a lot of our youth is going to do that shit right the fuck now. Like they headed one way and they find some other shit on the road to that.
To me, the streets is just the same. It's just dressed up a little bit more.
Right.
Like,
it's dressed up differently.
Like,
differently, not more. It's different.
I get that. It's just dressed up differently. It's the same to me though. I don't look at it like, oh, youngest is wild and younger. No, like it was times where like bitches was still fucking young as shit. Niggas was still wilding out young as shit. Like it's the same shit to me. It just dressed up differently.
But bro, you see how you said like you had some thorough old heads, right? Now we was talking about DMX earlier. I saw like a joint when DMX was crying, telling a story about how a motherfucker introduced him to crack
when he was 14.
that he looked up to.
Yeah, he looked up to.
So it's like a lot of these niggas not thorough, and it's like they. Like you saying we old heads. I don't look at myself as an old head because I'm 29.
Right.
I still feel like I'm still a young boy.
Of course.
But
it's young boys younger than me, yeah.
And you introducing this to somebody like I would never. I drink a lot. I drink more than I should, bro.
Right.
I would never introduce a drink to a young boy like yo, young boy, drink this. No, I'm not doing that shit, bro.
I definitely had those type of influences like drinking.
I didn't.
Probably weed.
I'm glad to say I didn't.
I took the drinking young, but I didn't start smoking until I was like older. I used to frown upon my friends because they was smoking before me. Nigga, all my friends lost their virginity before me.
Some of your friends used to frown about that shit. Like I know some of them niggas like
yeah, I can tell both of y'all lost your virginities. At
like 20. I know I ain't lose my virginity.
Oh no.
He said 20. I definitely lost my virginity later than all my childhood friends that I grew up with. I lost my virginity 16 going on 17. Everybody else lost their virginity.
I lost my virginity early as shit.
Y'all niggas late bloomers.
No. I lost my virginity late as shit. I was like,
I always got attention from.
I lost my virginity. I'm sorry, early. I lost my virginity.
I didn't know what pussy was.
I lost my virginity way earlier than I should have.
I ate pussy at 12 years old, bro.
I think I might have been 10, bro.
Like,
I might have been 10.
You think this shit just came from like?
I might have been 10, bro.
Just praying at night, nigga.
Look, that might be.
I ate pussy at 12.
You see his beard. You see my beard. Look, you see.
I'm 7 years later.
Reese, calm down, Reese.
Oh, wait, hold up. Well, hold on, wait. Wait. I've been in the Army for the last 14 years, all right? I've been shaving for 14 years, you know what I'm saying? My beard probably would be way more flourished than it is right now.
No, that's that PF that's natural.
Hold up. That is PS natural. That is PS natural. But this is 6 months of PS is natural, you feel me? Now, if I went longer than that, my shit might be even flourishing than what it is. But you know, like,
that shit is a myth, by the way.
This is 6 months. I'm saying this is 6 months of PS is natural. I've been shaving since then. I've been in the Army. I've been in the Army since 2007. That's 14 years,
man. That's all I'm gonna say.
I've been 14 years in the Army, so I've been shaving for 14 years. You feel me? My beard would definitely like you might be shit. Hold up, your beard is more fuller than mine, definitely right now. But you, like I said, I've been shaving for 14 years.
I mean, that's not even something you gotta point out.
No, it is. It is, son. It is.
He got some young jock shit going on over there. He got a DJ envy.
The DJ envy.
Envy.
First of all, look, my shit cool. I'm getting in the building. You tripping? This shit is cool. I'm getting in the building.
No, because I remember when I only had this.
However, I'm about to shave again. My shit about to be low again. You know what I mean? But I know how to maneuver with both now. You feel me? Like, if a bitch,
if I cut this shit, I'm gonna look like a creep.
I ain't never cutting it.
Listen, if somebody ever disrespect me,
like a creep. Bro.
Listen, if somebody ever disrespect me, I'm gonna put up a picture of me with my shit. Like, look, you tripping? Like,
bro, I
even
now,
shit, like even now, but you know,
for me.
It is what it is, though. I'm able to do both now. That's why, like the crazy part about it is niggas with beard. Like, all right, like R.I.P. How long you been growing your beard?
Since I was like 21.
All right, so for a long fucking time, right?
That's not really a long time.
No, it's long.
Always cut it.
It's current though.
Listen, I used to always cut it, And my barber was Muslim. He said, "Bro, I'm not cutting your beard no more, man."
Yeah, that's my barber Muslim too, and he just hated it.
And I was getting like the razor bump, the bumps and shit on the hair.
Yeah.
So I got sensitive shit.
I actually don't get razor bumps. Shout out to Peirce is natural. I don't get razor bumps though.
My shit's sensitive, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it, bro. Let me just see how it's going. I ain't want to look like my pop. I ain't gonna hold you.
So shit.
I don't like the nigga. I ain't want to look like him. But fuck it.
I don't want to like my pop
just
either,
came.
but.
And it gets you more vagina.
But then my older brother got full beard.
The beard, the beard shit, yeah. The beard shit definitely like you ain't eat enough ass, bro. You ain't eat enough ass. That's all it is. You eat enough.
I don't eat no ass.
You didn't eat enough, bro. That's it. That's all it is. Listen,
that's not true at all. Y'all ain't got
more ass. His shit would be down here.
I don't.
That's why it's only like this. That's why it's only like this. His shit would be down here. Like,
listen. When I go to the barbershop. That shit get blow dried out.
Like
I just got that type hair where
really
once that shit get wet, it just curl up.
I mean, I think that's most of us. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, like I said, you get Peirce's natural, you get the comb, get the fucking the beard butter and the fucking spray. That shit, comb your shit out. Your shit look all crazy. Like I ain't comb my shit out today. So, but if I did have it, you know what I mean, this shit would definitely be flourishing. But other than that, but no, like
I gotta get me some of that shit. So
definitely. Peirce is natural. Use it.
Promote that shit.
Go to the website, you know what I mean, and then use the code. You know, UnR pod, you get 20% off.
They're affordable anyway.
Yeah. It's definitely legit. But I mean, you know, like I said, I've been shaving for 14 years, and then when I didn't shave, now I haven't shaved for like 6 months now. So that's what my shit is right now. You feel me? But like I think it's definitely hereditary though. Like your facial hair.
I don't feel like it's hereditary, but like I
you
told
shave?
You, my dad and my brother got.
It skipped the generation. It skipped the generation, dog.
No, bro.
That shit skipped the generation, but you know it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like. To each his own. Like, hey, R.I.P, what do you do specifically for your beard? Like,
don't say eat coochie, bro. I promise you, I probably eat more coochie than you. Don't say
you might not. I don't know. You might not.
You probably do because you just nasty. Like, I'm not just eating no random pussy without doing my due diligence. That's just nasty.
Yeah.
You just welcome anybody to your face,
not
bro.
anybody, but I will have a random spurt. Like, let me.
Whoa, tell. So you will stick your dick in it, but won't stick your face in it?
I wear condoms, bro. Like, what is wrong with
you?
What
about you,
I told you I pay child support.
What about you, Ben?
This conversation, bro.
You'll stick your dick in it, but won't stick your face in it?
Listen.
Ben don't wear condoms, so you already know that.
Ben don't wear condoms. But Ben don't just go out fucking any and every.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you get close enough for me to give you the doozy, you definitely getting the facial as well. Like,
oh
you know
shit.
I mean? So like it can happen either way.
So you feel like if you eat the yams, you might as well just hit raw.
I feel like if I'm going to hit you, period, I could eat the yams because I'm the type of nigga that know myself and I know that I don't like to use protection. I can't just be out here fucking everything. I don't have casual sex.
Yeah,
because you're not a drinker. You're not a drinker like me. Like I might have some wild nights, nigga.
Yeah.
Like I might have some nights when I know I shouldn't be.
Versus you smoke, her. You definitely like when you drink. You definitely taking down more.
When you smoking, you're more strategic.
When I'm drinking, I'm going to fuck the bitch I've been fucking.
Yeah, Nick.
No, but
listen,
you take more risks when you a drinker.
Yeah,
you're a drinker, it's like,
bro, I done got caught with bitches and it's like, yo, I should not be having. Like, yo, you gotta come through the back door.
You gotta come through the back door.
I should not be caught with you.
You don't still
what is wrong? What is wrong with me?
I'm gonna keep it with you, bro. I ain't never hit nothing that I said like, yo, you gotta come through the back door. That's crazy.
Stop it, bro.
Yo, I don't think I ever hit nothing that had to come through the back door. That's crazy. Like, I hit shit that's like, all right, this shit right me. I ain't never had nothing that had to come through the back door.
I'm
that's
grown.
Crazy. Like,
I drink, man. Like, listen,
Yeah.
it could be a chick I liked. Like, it was a chick I liked. She gained some weight. I ain't hit her up over like 6 to 8 months. She come through the first time. The yam's still the same. The yam's still good. Dick suck still good. But she gained like 80 pounds.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Nizzy.
I had to do what I had to do.
Listen, I'm not hitting you now if you fat now. I'm sorry, you should have gave me the pussy when.
No. If a shorty gave me pussy when she was like, you know,
Slim
my body weight, you know, and she's fat now, I'ma still run down on it.
So y'all don't hit no big girls.
No, I hit big girls. I hit big girls.
Reese, you look like you hit big girls.
Let's clarify that. Hold up. Big girls is not my category. Let's get that right. However, I'm not above hitting big chicks. Like no, like it's some big chicks that I like.
I
like that was
had
like
one, maybe two. No, I'm gonna say two, definitely two.
Yeah, Bang don't hit big girls at all.
Two big girls that I probably would have hit. But I ain't hit no big girls.
No, I hit big girls.
I need one though.
I hit big girls.
No, listen, you gotta be.
Say it to the camera so they can see you. Like,
listen,
you know we got.
Watch out for the big girls.
You know you got big girls that listen. You got big girl listeners and watchers. Like they definitely.
I gotta get in between.
Listen, I just love one. I love all women.
Hold on, what's big? Because big to everybody is different. You know what I'm saying?
Not Big Shirley, nigga.
No. What's your weight? What's your weight limit?
I definitely can't do Big Shirley.
We can talk about this because we can talk about this.
First of all, it
show.
depends on how tall you are.
Right.
So
because some bitches might be tall and they hold more weight than little bitches. You feel me?
Right,
a bitch might be 6. A bitch might be 5'11".
Hold up.
Go ahead.
I'm not talking to no chicks that's 5'11". You too tall. You're looking in my eyes.
I'm talking to tall bitch. You tripping? I'm talking to tall bitches. Yeah.
I don't like tall.
I'm fucking with tall bitches.
You tall, nigga. You hood tall. What the fuck is you fucking?
You definitely like 6'3".
Candace
6'2".
Parker. What the fuck?
This nigga like 6'2". Like,
yeah, like what is tall to you?
That nigga's true. I'm 6'1".
Yo.
Still, like,
bro, I'm 5'10", 5'11".
Candace Parker, bro. I would hit a Candace Parker tall ass. You crazy?
I would hit Candace Parker.
I hit a tall bitch too.
She get hit, bro.
I hit a tall bitch too. Like, I actually prefer tall bitches.
I'll hit a midget, bro.
I'll hit a short girl because I like to feel like a king.
I
want you to look up.
So you don't think?
I like the petite. That's
so you don't feel. So you don't feel like a king if you hitting something that's your height.
Bro, I met this girl on the gram, right?
Whenever you dominating a pussy, bro, like I'm talking about like literally dominating like overall.
No matter how tall she is. No matter how tall she is.
I'm killing these buns. You gonna feel like a king.
It don't matter how tall she is, bro.
I just don't. It's this girl that I'm really digging right now, bro. She slim, thick, she tall, she got fat ass butt.
How tall is she?
No, she like folks. I ain't gonna talk about her.
No, how tall is she though?
She's like 6 feet tall, bro. 6'1".
That's good.
But she nice.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
She
I think it's like an insecurity in me.
I mean, it probably. Like, listen, that's one thing. Damn, Bang, like Bang, fucking up the mic.
If she fine, bro, she get hit. I don't give a fuck.
Listen,
6'9".
as long as
you fine, you gonna get hit.
Yeah.
I'm bringing that.
Listen, when she lay down, it ain't. She not 6'9". She not fucking 5'11".
Oh, I want her to stop saying 6'9".
I know, right? She not 5'11" when she. 6'9" is tall as shit. 6'9" is tall. Listen, 6'9" is tall as shit, bro. Like it's definitely tall. Liz Cambridge, look her up. Liz Cambridge, she fucking WNBA. Listen,
I follow a couple WNBA.
I definitely.
So what y'all not going to hit?
I'm not gonna hit no bitch that's like, I'm sorry, like I'm not gonna say I wouldn't never hit a big joint. Some big joints is cute as shit, and I'd be like, you know what? You got a nice shape for a big joint.
You
like,
can't say that. That's like
you
saying you pretty
bro.
for a dark skinned girl.
Huh? You sound.
That's colorism.
That's not colorism.
That's fetishism.
It's fetishism. Yeah.
You call it what you want.
Nigga said fetishism.
It's just
Yo.
that,
bro.
Would not hit like.
You ain't my
just cool,
preference.
like, you just ain't my preference.
I just love a woman. If you got a pretty, I don't look at what everybody look at. If you got a pretty face, if you got nice skin, and you got nice teeth. I don't really care about preference though. Like I'm not big on preference. So like if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. You could be a big joint, you know what I mean? You could be a little slim joint. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Like so that's cool with it right there. Like yeah, that's it. Like I fuck with bitches that was listen. No, I got bitches that was slim as hell, and I got bitches that was thick as hell. You know what I mean? And it's like all right, whatever. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. You know what I want to ask y'all, man? So I'm coming on y'all podcast. I want to ask y'all to keep it 100.
Go ahead.
A lot of girls get offended by me because I make fun of girls for having stink vagina. Their pH balance be off.
Yeah, so, that's a.
I want to know, have y'all ever encountered any stink vagina, and what did y'all do in a situation?
Yep, I came across stink vagina a few times, right? Now, I'm going to keep it a bean. Now, I know the difference between you being dirty and your pH balance being off. I'm an understanding motherfucker.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So, if when it was a situation when the joint pH balance was off, we got to have that conversation. Now I got to be talking to you about like, all right, you need to get yourself right, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
Et cetera, et cetera. Now, if we can have that conversation successfully, that means I can really fuck with you, like, you know what I mean? No matter if your coochie was a little tart or not, like, you know what I mean? Because we already discussed, like, you gotta be realistic, bro. You gotta be realistic. Maybe your relatives had a pH balance off before, like, you know what I mean? Like, your mom, your cousin, your aunt, your sister, whatever.
So we're running a family.
Like, right, my pH balance off, and nigga.
pH balance off, running the family. That's a bad job.
That shit happens with females. Sometimes your pH balance just gonna be off. But we can have that conversation successfully without you feeling insecure or we still cool after that conversation.
I want an example
right,
of what happened.
I'll give you an example, right?
Your real life story. What happened,
I'm giving an example, right? I used to always try to eat this butch pussy, right? Cause I was really feeling
this
like
butch.
I mean, this bitch pussy.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say what?
I said I was.
Go ahead. Let's keep 100. Let's keep one. We keep it at 100.
But she would not let me eat her pussy, and I'm like, damn, like, who don't like head, like? So I started being skeptical. You know what I mean? I got close enough. I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, I'm trying to. You know what I mean? She's like, no, like, you know, they got like 1,000 different reasons for a reason why their pH balance could be knocked off.
How old was she?
So she was 27.
Yeah, she should have known better. Yeah.
She was stopping them and shit.
She had a situation where it knocked her pH balance off. Like, that's why she was trying to avoid me from even going down there.
Well, bitch, you should have went to the doctor and got that flagellant or that doxycycline. And got
the Vagisil, right. The fucking summer Eve.
No, Vagisil.
The summer's Eve.
Vagisil and summer's Eve is like a blanket.
Yeah.
Like a thin
I mean, at least that, like shit, like.
No. Go to the doctor, get flash.
So I'm not even hitting. You mean to tell me neither one of y'all niggas encountered a female with a pH balance being off and didn't still fuck with her afterwards?
Only time I ever counted chicks with pH balance off was chicks I was fucking with on a regular. It was never nothing
you
like.
threw the pH balance off. So
I don't remember, baby.
Yeah, you could have been a reason too, though.
You the dirty nigga that threw the pH.
No. Females love blaming niggas. Like, no, your shit was on, bitch.
You nutted on me.
Your shit was on. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, your shit was on. Like, your shit was off already, bitch. Don't try to tell me this shit. Like,
I did have a bitch tell me that her pH balance was off because I nutted in her and I didn't nut in her. Yeah. I was like, nah. That ain't happening.
Should be different.
You hit raw, right?
Yeah, but
it could be pre. It don't matter, bro. It could be pre.
Knocking the pH balance off. Like
it could, bro.
I'm cool.
I don't know. They got all the type of excuses except for like women don't take accountability. Let's talk about that. Look, women don't take accountability, so that's another reason why they like.
Sometimes they
say from tight clothes or thongs or something like wearing shit too tight.
Man, listen, they ain't accountability. Accountability's like, look, I ain't washed up today, and that's what it is.
No, that's just dirty. That's just dirty.
Right?
But listen. I had a chick, man. You and my close friends. So this chick, this is a very respectable girl. Mm-hmm. She real cute. Nobody want to think this, bro, but
shit was tight.
We at the crib, we vibing. I'm about to knock her down, and that shit just didn't smell right. And she like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Listen, let's come out the bedroom. Come out the bedroom right now. Yes, let's
go back in.
Let's go sit on the couch. Let's sit on the couch." I said, my dick ain't gonna get hard. Like, this pickle ain't getting up for no stink vagina. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
right.
Conversation with her right then and there.
I did, bro.
Damn.
Cause I'm just that. I'm
just
that person now at this point in my life. Why the fuck is we lying? I'm saving the next nigga from doing this
type of bullshit. Yeah.
And I feel like every girl know. I done had conversations with girls like all girls tell me.
They be saying they be knowing. Yeah.
Man, we know. From me doing my podcast, all girls say we know. So I'm like, just smell your pussy. She said, this is a little tart.
You can't tell me that.
Pack up this shit, bro. We gotta go. Like,
I'm like, yeah, like I'm just gonna get with you. But I liked her though, bro. I never had sex with her after that though.
Oh yeah, it's a dying man. Yeah,
but she was a good person. She was a cool girl. I liked
That's usually how it go. It's usually how it go.
But
That's cool. Like, man.
Those type of experiences is like, I have high expectations of women, just like they got high expectations of us, like with the bar shit and all that.
But that's how we.
But hygiene, but hygiene, bro.
That's
come
both,
on, bro.
That's both. That's what anybody.
I don't expect no. As a woman, your unarms can't stink.
As a bitch,
if your feet stink.
I remember the first time I fucked with a bitch that didn't like at least wipe herself or something after you had sex.
Or
I thought that shit was strange. I was like, hold the fuck up, bitch, because I was already dealing with bitches that was like. They had to take a whole shower after they had sex, or at least like, you know what I mean, like wash off or something like that. The first time I messed with a bitch that didn't do that afterwards, and just was cool with just basking in the house.
Yeah, shit was
just like, whoa.
Shit was goofy.
Some girls,
I know how to take
I mean, you know, some people,
like,
some people different than others with the odors and all that. But listen, ladies, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Like, if you ever have like an odor, you think your pussy stink, just take your shoes off first. And tell the nigga your feet stink. Like it just is what it is. Like my feet stink.
Fuck that. Just don't put me in that type of predicament where I got to be like, come on, man. Or I mean, or if it just will happen just because I'm so resilient or whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
No, you just so nasty, mature, and you still want it.
At least be mature enough to have that conversation with me to be like,
ain't nasty, man.
I'm just so
nah, that shit stink. It's a done, bro.
I'll give you a chance and I'll tell you the way to go about it. Like, I'm a grown ass man. Like, bitch, go to the doctor. I'm not gonna tell you nothing wrong.
We ain't having sex. That's how I feel about it. Like,
we ain't gonna have sex right then and there.
Yeah. We not at this moment. Maybe sometime later.
You fuck somebody that you let nut in you that you probably like. It could be a good girl, bro. Mm-hmm. It could be a good ass girl that just slipped up. She was fucking with a nigga that cheated on her and threw her shit off.
I think a bitch did something with another nigga whenever your shit off. I'm like, bitch, I ain't do it. So exactly.
I'm gonna tell you right. When it's off, it's from a nigga. It's from like sex. It's some type of bacteria vaginosis.
Or it could be them, like, or it could be her, like.
If she just drinking,
we definitely mislead, but
toxic,
you know what I mean?
masculinity.
Sometimes that toxic masculinity got.
It's required. I mean, you need it. You need some of that. I mean, you need some of that. You know.
Sometimes us niggas, we gotta have something for ourselves. Like I always tell people, like my biggest fear is marrying one of these new independent women. You know, the new independent women that will never taught to love a man for real. So they don't know how to. Do
it's
that.
different.
Like,
it's different. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
So
like,
what you want a woman to do?
Like, I don't want to be competing with my bitch. Like, you know what I mean? No matter what. Like I want a bitch that had the same mindset as me. Like, either we gonna build together, like, you know what I mean? Or
I think that's not even regardless.
Whatever, like.
I think if you gotta compete with the person you in a relationship, I think that should not.
But that's how it is with a lot of modern day women.
Yeah, one of my old relationships was like that. Like, every time I go out, she had to go out. It was like, what the fuck?
That's just petty though.
You dick eating.
Most women are petty.
You ain't even going nowhere until I said I was going somewhere. You was not even going nowhere. Like,
also you gonna go out?
Yeah, like that shit. Like,
let me call Sharonda.
Even though it was nutty, like I'm looking at it like that way. Like, bitch, what if every time you decide to go out, I'm gonna go out now? Like that shit.
But women are petty. We just gotta accept certain shit from certain motherfuckers.
But you know it's crazy. I learned that it's niggas like that too. Like it's niggas just like that too. Like.
But that just go back to what you were saying, like people was raised in one parent brought you up. So if all you was you grew up around your aunts and
moms and
your mom,
cousins,
so all you know is just snap like a bitch.
Yeah, right.
But now you more dangerous because you a man and you got access to a gun and all this shit.
Yeah.
So all you know is just go.
The crazy part about that is I grew up in a household with all women.
I did too.
So
it's 6 women, nigga.
Yeah, it's weird that I never. It's weird that I never resonate with this niggas that be like.
My oldest sister right now is the reason why. You know how they say innocent until proven guilty? No, motherfucker. Every female that I meet, I don't give a fuck how nice you are, how good you are. You're guilty until proven innocent.
Until proven innocent.
Listen.
You a hoe until proven right. Like, she a hoe until proven right.
How crazy her cap game is. Like, I'm like, Nizzy, I can't trust a woman, bro. Yeah. It's hard for me to trust you.
My sister,
like, you gotta go over the top to prove that shit. Like, and I hate it about myself, but I can't change it. Like that easy. Like,
my sister pushed me to be the person I am too. Like in so many different ways. My sister pushed me to be this person I am today as well. It's like not even through like her like, yo, like showing me how niggas move with her, she would just say certain shit that's like, oh no, that bitch a hoe.
But listen. I was about to tweet this earlier. It's like
Your tweets be crazy as shit. First of all, like
I was about to tweet this, but listen. I want to know, like, I want to be more vulnerable. You seen how like you put a wall up basically by what you saw from your folks,
Right.
and you not letting you like nobody. Basically. So how do you be more vulnerable to like, you know how it was to really like somebody, bro? Like back in the day,
back
like,
in
when you really
high school,
liked the girl.
high school, yeah.
Bro, I remember that shit.
High school.
I want that.
I feel like
Yo,
I'm chasing that shit.
High school.
This ain't like it was when I was 17, bitch.
But be honest, you
ain't
afraid.
shit.
Listen,
Look,
high school is the last time you liked the girl and the girl liked you. For you, that's the last time.
That's the last time when you felt comfortable and free to
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Y'all both liked each other for who y'all was.
But
That's the
Reese,
last
let's be
time.
honest, you
But
afraid.
nowadays, you kind of scared to let yourself go
Yeah,
that way. 'Cause
yeah.
you're like, this bitch played me. That shit could devastate you.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
And social media fucked
Social media
that up
fucked
because
that shit.
everybody is available for everybody. And this how I used to be back in the day, man. Like, we just watched the versus battle with Ron Isley and shit. Ron Isley probably had. I ain't even gonna say Ron. I ain't gonna say Ron Isley because I don't want to throw no salt on old head. But old heads like
All
that,
of them.
they probably had families around the corner, man. Nobody would ever know.
Nobody
bro.
knew.
Because it ain't no social media.
They lived in South
Nowadays, it's like, oh, you posting the same kid she posting.
Yeah.
Oh, you fuck with her and da-da-da.
Back in the day,
Derrick Jackson would have been a king in another era.
right. We talk about that shit. We talk about that shit on the show all the time. Motherfuckers be in South Philly and have a family in North Philly and nobody would know.
My grandpa did that. My grandpa had a fucking whole other family on the other side of town.
Bro, motherfuckers
and my
leave.
grandma knew it, but she bought the bullet because that's my husband. They you know what I mean? Shit was different, bro.
Different.
Like,
Different.
Motherfuckers will leave the house and won't be back for 4 days and nobody questioning shit. The 4 days in again is other family crib, like taking care of them, like making sure shit cool, like that's just how it was, you know what I mean? But even listen, even our fathers had shit way different. Like, listen, back then the only thing our dads had to worry about is their car being outside of somebody else's crib, like, and maybe call ID, somebody calling and hanging up. That's about it.
Right. Me and one of my sisters,
they can't compare.
Apart.
Yeah, that don't compare to what we got to deal with now. Motherfuckers that if you decide to have a little extra situation, like that shit on blast. Like somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that know that situation that you got going on, and that's just how it is. You
me
feel
and one
me?
of my sisters 8 months apart, bro. And my dad was married until I was 3.
Yeah.
My dad was married to my mom until I was 3.
That is how it is.
One of my sisters is 8 months apart.
That's how it is. This is how it is.
Probably like a year and some change over me. My dad was married to my mom until I was 3.
That's crazy.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, so like you have those type of situations sometimes, and you just be like, yo. Like, but you know what's crazy though?
I was 21 years old. My dad told me my stepsister was my real sister.
Damn.
Like shit, I knew these motherfuckers since I was 7. Like this shit crazy. Like shit is different. Like this shit is different than what we had to grow up with. Like
I don't judge them at all, man.
it is. I mean, it is what it is.
Judge them niggas at all,
crazy?
bro.
You know what's crazy? The older I got, bro, I promise you, the older I got, and the more I hold both sides of the story. Sometimes I be looking at my mom like, yo, you know what? You
ain't
some
shit. You was
That's
on some
how
bullshit.
it be. That's how it be. Listen,
Like,
the
but you
older,
gonna take your mom's side.
Shit. I got kids now, but you know when you coming up, you always if you're a
'Cause
boy,
we men.
you was a mama's boy.
Cause we men. Yeah, cause we men. Cause
Like,
we
you know what I
men.
mean? Like, it is what it is. Like that's
And
right.
you- and you know what's crazy?
If you was a boy, you was a mama's boy, nigga.
Because we men.
Like, you know, sometimes like you just want to believe your mom, or you just want to take her side, no matter. Like sometimes you couldn't even see the wrong. And then when you hear both sides of the story and you hear some shit, I'm like, sometimes like, yo, mom, you know, you really, that was some nut ass shit.
Bro, my
that
pop
you
used to
did.
come
Like,
talk to me. He like, I used to be like, yo, why y'all can't just get along? Da-da. He used to, man, listen, she on that bullshit. I'm
you
out.
know that bullshit.
I'm out. I'm like, why?
Well,
and now I see now it's like,
now that you got kids, you like,
Now-
yo, I can't.
just
deal
so I
with
don't
that
have to
shit,
go through
bro.
this bullshit, I'd
Now,
rather just get away from it.
Me growing up, actually, I was able to see. I never looked at my dad in a certain light, even as a young boy. You feel me? But growing up, I was able to see the bullshit he was into.
He was into.
And now I can see like, oh, you really was like, my dad was a hero to me until I got to a certain age and realized, yo, oh, this nigga ain't,
He a
this
nut
nigga
ass
was some
nigga for real.
shit. This nigga nigga lives around the corner from me, and I never used to see this nigga like ever.
No,
nigga live right around the corner, like.
My mom
but
was
just
the same
you know,
I started doing
like
more research, like you know what I mean. Not saying that she a bad person. But I just know that, you know what I mean?
Growing up, you understand it.
When y'all human.
Go through growing pains.
When y'all human, bro.
They just different at some point in their
Don't
lives,
hold
like,
nobody
you know
to no higher standards, man.
No,
like,
sometimes you gotta really
compare people to your life, to what you doing.
To what you doing.
Yeah,
That's all it is,
but you
bro.
know, like with your parents, you could see the in and out. You could see both sides of it, so it's easier to look at that and like, oh yeah, you was on some nut shit.
That's why I told
or you was chilling,
know,
like yeah.
I'm human, man.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna make mistakes.
That's the best thing we got over our generation before us is we could look at their mistakes and not make those same shit. Like it's like, all right, yeah, you was on some. My dad was on some nut shit. I'm not gonna do that to you.
Everybody
you know what I'm saying?
don't do
Like,
that though, bro.
You know what I mean? Everybody don't because everybody's situation is different. Because you might, it's motherfuckers who grew up in a situation and they dad is in their life. But they, in their eyes, they dad struggled having all these different kids. So now when they have kids, they not trying to be in that same situation. So they not there for their children. So
listen,
it's
bro,
a totally different
how I look
situation.
at this shit, like with kids and all that. A lot of people like crucify niggas having a bunch of kids and shit like that. But I feel like if you going, if you got kids and shit, you got different kids and all that. Don't be there. Be there. Don't be there and take shit from them. Like my pop was around, but he was like detrimental to the situation. Like he would take from us.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
I feel like just don't come around, bro, and your presence won't be felt at all.
Right.
Like, don't come around and don't lessen us. You feel me?
Right.
I can agree with that.
Just stay away.
My pop ain't never been on that shit, but like, so like, when I was younger, like, my pop basically had that attitude, like, cause he was at his point. It was like, yo, it is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? And when I was young, I couldn't understand that shit. I'm like,
cause you can't understand. You ain't
better. Why can't you be better? Just in the third. But the older I got, I was just like, damn. Like,
he was
sometimes you really just get to that point where you probably did everything that you probably could do, or that.
But did he do anything in front of you though?
Like, no, like my dad never act ill will in front of me.
Cause you know we like the aggressor.
My mom in front of me.
Right.
It's just with the shit that I would hear from my family and the shit that you like well.
But they only hearing that from somebody
else. My dad
else.
not around, like, you know what I mean. And then you like, well, I got other siblings, like, you know what I mean. So sometimes you see it differently until you get old enough to understand, like, damn, like maybe he wasn't as bad as you thought. Right. You know what I mean? And I feel like that was the story with my dad. Like, even though he had, like, all his kids by all different baby moms, like, he don't got not one kid by the same baby mom except for like two of my sisters. Like, you know what I mean? But he got like 6 kids. Right. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like,
but that ain't, yeah.
And it's just like the different shit that he go through. Then you add up the time. You're like, well, he mess with your mom and same like he mess with my mom. Like, you know what I mean? But and then you gotta reflect on yourself sometimes. Like,
but you a hypocrite. Don't judge him.
Predicaments that people might look at it like this. Yo, that's some nut shit. But you knowing you and you like, yo, damn, like, you know what I mean? I did this because of this. Like, you probably got a legit reason for it, but people can't see that because they not you. They not in your shoes. And I'm like, you know what? That's when I started realizing both sides of the story. I was like, yo, you know what? My mom did some nut shit too. But my dad did some nutter shit. But like, still at the end of the day,
but
they're human.
But this is all.
They was trying to work that shit out. You know what I mean?
We don't realize they young because we kids.
Right.
So we young.
And not to mention, this is like in hindsight. You feel me? This is like after the shit has passed. A lot of shit, when you going through it, it's totally different from when you get through it. Yeah. When you look back, like, oh, like I had coronavirus, right, in the last 2 weeks. Like, how I felt during the time when I had the shit.
Stop saying this shit.
Yeah, no, I had it. I definitely had it. when I had it,
the liquor knocked it off.
Listen, when I had it and I was going through it versus when I got through it, my mentality totally different. Like, when I was there, I was like, damn, this shit fucked me up. Like, I'm really sick. But when I got through, I was like, all right, that shit was just, it was, a couple weeks I was on some nut shit, and that was it, you know what I mean? And sometimes that's how it is as us growing older, looking at our situation with our mom and dad, and look like, oh shit, this shit, like, in hindsight, it looked totally different from when you actually going through the shit, you feel me?
Listen, this how it could end, bro. It's like, don't take nothing for granted.
Right.
Just with everything that's happening now, like, since the COVID situation, like, Kobe death is like an untimely situation. I just want everybody, just don't take none for granted, man.
Right.
Every day I wake up, I be tweeting shit like I'm just happy. I'm just happy to be alive. It don't have to do nothing with no money. I'm just happy that I got all my limbs. I could have been born with no limbs.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'm happy that I just want to be happy for stuff that people take for granted every day. And I want to remind myself not to be taking this shit for granted, because God can take it from you any day, bro. Anything can happen, bro. You never know what the fuck can happen, man.
You could be doing everything right and it's still...
And something can boom, and it's like, why me? Why? Like, I hate when motherfuckers be complaining about shit that don't matter. Do you know that there's a motherfucker that would love to have your problem?
Right.
That love that. Oh, that's all I gotta face.
That's it? That problem?
It?
So listen, man, like, I just want y'all to end it on that, man.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely a good positive way to look at this shit, though. But I mean, I guess we could wrap this shit up.
We get a lot of good content.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like Overdrive. We definitely in overtime.
This is good for the All Niggas podcast.
Yeah, right. Toxic masculinity. You know
R.I.P gonna bring it, man.
Definitely, this nigga definitely
R.I.P gonna bring it.
Check it. Keep out 100 one podcast. I mean,
yo, we gotta go on this podcast as a group. Like,
definitely.
I want to be by myself, but like, we gotta go in as a group.
We definitely got to. I definitely want to be on that shit. I mean, he definitely a friend of the show, a friend of the family. You know what I mean? He was.
I
on
love y'all, man. Like, I look up
yeah.
to y'all, bro. Like, I love what y'all doing. Like, I'm watching from a distance.
Yeah.
I tell people about y'all.
It's dope.
I fuck
it's
with
dope.
y'all.
Yeah.
Even though I got introduced to y'all through Bella.
Right.
And I don't even know her like that.
Yeah, shout out to Bella. T-Time with Bella. Definitely check it out. Yeah,
bro. Like,
definitely.
I fuck with y'all that y'all just keeping y'all shit going. Y'all striving.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, I definitely appreciate anybody in that whole podcast, forum. Yeah, the entry is definitely different. And I definitely fuck with your podcast. Definitely 100.
That shit be the bid, bro.
Definitely, it's totally different from what we got. Yeah.
This nigga the bid.
And you one of the first, you one of the only like single member podcast, because a lot of people got like niggas they got like a co-host and such. You hold your shit down.
You know what
yourself,
it is? It's like it started off as me and my man Leak, then me and Chew.
Right.
But nobody's
But you kept it
consistent.
there.
I told you that shit helped me through my depression.
And it's funny because you said Tasha Banks helped you, get into your whole thing. Well, Tasha Mack. I'm sorry.
He talking about, oh, y'all not feeling lit? Because I ain't lit yet. He talking about Tasha Banks. Nigga, you lit. Mac.
I'm definitely
by the way, that's the female I went on 5 dates with.
Tasha Mack.
Shout out to Mac, man. I love you for life for what you did for me.
Listen, I've been in Tasha Mack DM telling her she should do her own podcast.
She had a podcast. That what made me. That's what the first podcast
she was doing
I did.
She was doing a YouTube shit. She was doing the YouTube shit.
She dominated.
I'm like,
YouTube.
I've been telling her like, yo, every time I turn around, she on the podcast. I'm like, yo, do your own podcast. What are you doing? Like, what are you waiting for? Do your own shit. Like,
bro,
you got your own podcast.
Do you understand that it's niggas that like. Niggas used to fantasize about Tasha Mack back in the day. Like, I'm like, you gotta.
She got a whole lane. She got a whole lane. She could do that whole fashion shit. She got her whole lane, like that she could get into. Like, but anyway, that's hitting neither here or there. I mean, definitely, you would definitely check us out on Unrecognized Real, UnR podcast on Twitter. Unrecognized Real podcast on Instagram. Shout out to everybody who voted for the wax fucking shit.
Reese gotta get the wax, yo.
Yeah, I gotta get the wax now. Like I swear to God, it was gonna be Bang. Like, bro.
But freak man right here with the thigh tattoos. He said he would volunteer.
He volunteered for this shit. But because he was,
but the people had spoken, and they wanted to be mugger.
Listen, if you was here today, we recorded that shit. You would be the one to get this shit. But when you wasn't here, I was like, all right, we gonna do a fucking poll. And it's crazy. I went to sleep that day, and you was up. It was 60-40. I'm like, all right, Bang gonna get this shit cool. I wake up the next day, and all of a sudden, that shit is flip-flop. Like, what the fuck up? Why the fuck? I'm 60, and this nigga 40. I'm like, oh, shit.
You don't get to see the slam.
Yeah. Like, She still get to see a different slammer, but that's we ain't gonna talk about that though. We ain't gonna talk about that. But I lost, so yeah, I'm gonna be the one to get the wax. We gonna get into that. I mean, we gonna have some footage, not my shit, but yeah, we need a bunch of different slots. We working on. We got some other sponsors coming through though. Yeah, we got some other sponsors coming through, but. Definitely it is. You know what I mean?
That's natural.
Yeah, yes. This episode is sponsored by Peirce is Natural. You know, definitely check them out on Instagram at Peirce is Natural _LLC. You know what I mean? Definitely check them out.
I ain't wearing none of y'all shit on the podcast. Until y'all
Right. Keep it 100. Definitely check out that podcast. They're available on YouTube. Definitely there. I mean, I'm gonna get this nigga on all other platforms. He don't know right now, but we definitely gonna talk. We gonna have that shit popping. You know what I mean? Other than that, you can follow Brother Bang at.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Brother Bang Bang. I show my brother with an ER.
Yeah.
And
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Tell me where they can find you at, bro.
R.I.P. __35.
Yeah.
On IG. I don't even know my Twitter handle. I don't even.
Nigga, you be tweeting. How you on his Twitter handle?
Like, I just like to go on there. I only made a Twitter just because people used to like repost all the shit I used to like see on Instagram.
Right.
And they didn't give me credit for it.
This nigga Twitter be definitely
you got it from me, bro. So I would just. So I'm like, I'm gonna make a Twitter and y'all gotta retweet it.
Right. You can follow me on Pay-Per-View Reese across multiple platforms. Definitely follow the podcast at UnR _podcast on Twitter. Unrecognized Real Pod on Instagram. And yeah, definitely shout us out. I think.
Oh yeah, and also Aliyah Michelle on.
Definitely check out Aliyah on Instagram. Aliyah Michelle Poetry. Aliyah Michelle Poetry on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. We definitely on YouTube. We on Pandora. iHeartRadio,
for sure.
Spotify, Google, Apple,
all that
fucking radio.com, Spotify. We're across multiple platforms. Wherever you get your podcast out, you can definitely check us out. We available.
Leah gonna be listening to this episode, grinding her fucking gears like, ugh.
Yeah, right. She missed out. Aliyah was here today, but we
want to hear more from y'all females too.
Yeah, she had to go.
Let us know how y'all
gotta get some girls.
If not, me and Mugga will keep bullying y'all females until y'all speak up.
Right.
If y'all ain't gonna speak up, we gonna keep saying what we gonna say.
Right. This the man show this week.
This the man show until y'all start speaking up. We want to hear more from the females.
Ladies, if they keep stepping on your toes, come to Death Row Records. You feel me? Come to Death Row Records. You feel me? We let y'all speak your piece.
We want to hear more from y'all. We want to hear from the ladies though. Like,
and definitely,
scared. Scared, get a dog.
Definitely come out to YouTube. We on YouTube at Unrecognized Real Pod, podcast, and definitely check us out. We available across multiple platforms, like I said. And other than that, we love y'all, and we check y'all out next week. And yeah, holla, dope, yeah.